Good morning.
Morning.
Happy Tuesday. Happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Hope everybody's having a great day.
Kiss your sweetheart.
We are hanging out. Sally should be in here shortly.
Tell that. You get us.
She'll she'll be here in a minute. I'm sure she probably had to take her son to work or something, so
Oh,
no worries.
yeah. Mornings can be busy for moms and wives.
Yep.
Like I said, I've already been to town and back. I was laying on the couch when he called.
Yeah, I think I woke up at I want to say it was like 5:45, 6 o'clock, something like that. So my alarm's usually set for 5, but I slept in a little bit this morning.
Do you have any good
Did you
sales?
have any sales yesterday?
I just had a couple.
Yeah, I
eBay
had.
was on fire last week, but this week it's slow right in the beginning.
Yeah, I had one. One, yes. Well, actually, I had one that paid, and then I had one this morning. So, but like I said, I haven't. Last week was kind of I don't know, not a good week. Of being sick and then going to the dentist
Yeah.
and all that. I didn't get a whole lot listed, and that's on me. So
Mm-hmm. That's me too. I had a really rough week last week of as far as listing goes, and um, yeah, it's slow sales. They're all on me.
yeah,
We have nobody to blame but ourselves.
right. It's very true.
Then why
But
do we do it to ourselves?
yeah, I mean, I think if you realize that and you take accountability for it and you say, yeah, it was, you know, that's the reason why I don't have any sales and not blame, you know, eBay
Hmm.
for that. They're not to blame. Uh, then and move on from that, then I think you're okay. You just
Yep.
recognize that you had a rough week and you just move on.
eBay changed my color of my door. Nobody bought anything.
Oh gosh.
No. Hmm. Last week, my door was definitely open, which
Yeah, it's weird.
I have no way of explaining it because last week I didn't list worth of crap. But um, I could have gotten sales from when I was listing because sometimes it takes a few days, a couple days for that to really hit you. You know,
Right.
'Cause usually if I list a lot, a couple days later, my sales start coming in again. Usually it
Right.
takes a couple of days, but um, and also if I'm listing good, and then all of a sudden I stop, and it usually takes a couple days for that to take effect also.
Right. It kind of like
So I
and
might have I might have just listed enough throughout the week that it was keeping the sales coming in. Or I just had what people were looking for, I mean, that depends too.
right.
Because like a few weeks. well, I haven't sold flatware very good this year like I usually do. But then I think it was it last week or the week before? Anyways, I had sold some flatware that I had listed for quite some time. And then not even 5 minutes later, I sold another set of flatware that I've been hanging on to for a while. I mean, just small sets, not big sets. And there was no explanation for it,
Right.
just people were out looking for that day,
Exactly. And that's why I always say, don't, try to get things up in your store. If you've have things that have been, discontinued or whatever in your store, try and get them listed as soon as possible, because you never know, that person could be coming around, looking
Yeah.
for your item. If you don't have it up, it's not going to sell.
Good morning, Eric. And that's one thing I like about having so much stuff in my inventory, is that when one person is coming by looking for something, like Tara said one day, you got more lines in the water, technology.
Yeah, I mean,
You just need to bite.
Yeah, if you throw one pole out with one piece of bait on it, you're going to get a bite every now and then. If you throw 100 poles out, you're going to get even more.
Mm-hmm.
Very true.
Yeah. Any good sales, Eric?
I had a great weekend. I had a really good weekend, but yesterday was a little slow. But that's typical for me. I'll typically have a really good weekend and slow down on Monday. Or if I have a rough weekend, I kick right back up on Monday. So it's just kind of weird.
Me too.
I don't worry about it. It all evens out in the end. Yeah, I prefer to have, really good consistent sales, but I'll take a $300 day and then a $40 day or something. It's just kind of weird.
Yep. Yeah, it all evens out in the end.
Yep. Where's Sally at?
I don't know. She said she would be coming in, but she hasn't got on yet, so I don't know. I know her husband had that sleep study last night, so.
Oh, is that when he did it?
I don't know. Yeah. And I don't know if that has something to do with it, or if she had to take her son to work. So.
Did she get her car fixed?
Did
she get her car fixed?
Yes.
Ah, good.
It was the battery.
Wasn't the alternator?
No.
It wasn't the alternator.
Oh, that's good then.
But I don't know. I don't know what's going on. She said there's still something going on with, like, the battery. The amps. Like it'll be fully charged. I don't know, 14 amps or something. And then when they drive somewhere, those amps will go down. And so I don't know what that has to do with.
Well, a charging system, typically with an alternator system, it doesn't really make that much difference as far as speed of the vehicle running. Not like the old days with the generator systems, but you have your alternator provides the charge, and it usually you want it to be around 13.5 volts, and that gives you enough power to recharge your battery and run your vehicle.
Right.
If it goes below that, you start really sucking the battery down, and if it's not been working correctly for a while, it can kill the battery because it just doesn't have enough to recharge the battery. And
right.
So did they replace the battery?
Yes.
And they're still having trouble, and then they probably have there's a piece inside of the alternator called a voltage regulator, and that regulates how much voltage is coming out. If that's starting to go out, that would cause screwy issues. They probably need to replace the alternator as well. And then the other thing, need to look at is probably the belt. Make sure the belt is a good belt. It's not slipping. It's not worn out.
Right.
You do those 3 pieces, and your charging system should take care of itself.
Okay.
So yeah, it sucks. I mean, a battery's $100, an alternator's $100, the belt's $20. So but for peace of mind, if you do all that stuff at the same time, and I batteries go out, alternators go out occasionally. It's not a huge fail part, but it's probably one of the most commonly replaced parts on a car.
Right.
And you can usually tell your alternator's going out if you look at your belt, take your belt because you change your belt. I mean, you should be changing it like every 40,000 miles, depending on the type of belt it is. And newer model cars about that. And then when you change it, you can spin your alternator and see if you can hear the bearings rattle. If you can hear the bearings rattle, your alternator is going to go dead on you. So there's quite a bit that goes into it, but it's easy to test. All you need is a voltage regulator or a voltmeter to test it.
Right.
And fire it up and slap the voltmeter on your batteries and look at how many DC volts you're throwing out, and if you're throwing out less than 12, your alternator's bad.
Yeah.
Super simple. If your alternator's throwing out good volts and battery's still not charging, your battery's bad.
Well, she had her alternator checked, and it was throwing out the volts it needed to be. So that's when they changed the battery.
Right.
Yeah, and the problem can be though is when they do a test. If they go in and they take it in to get it tested before they replace it, it's not a great accurate test. If there's a problem with the voltage regulator, if it's only an intermittent problem, after the thing heats up, is typically what happens. And what will happen with something like that, and you see this with a lot of cars nowadays with the different sensors, and you see it mainly with the crankshaft position sensor where it's got a crack in it, and as it heats up, it expands and then kills the car. Cools off, and the car runs fine until it heats back up. Expands, and then the car just totally stops running because of the engine. The computer thinks there's something wrong. But that could be the problem is that you get your alternator once it heats up, it could be expanding and separating and causing issues, and then it cools down and it's fine.
Right.
So that's one of those really scratch your head, impossible to diagnose things. That's where you just start throwing parts at a vehicle to eventually you get it right.
Yeah, but that can be kind of pricey doing that too.
Well, the good thing is, I mean, alternators they're not super expensive. I mean, for the most part, most cars are fairly reasonable. And like some cars we know, right, Val, that alternators can be a little bit pricey. But you can sit there and say, I mean, for an older vehicle, I'd say like 2010 and older, you're probably looking at between $100 and $150.
Right.
So, I mean, it's not a terrible amount, and a battery is another $100. So, I mean, you could be in it for $250. I mean, if you could do all the repairs yourself, it's a lot cheaper. I mean, if you're not having to pay somebody to do it, most of the time an alternator is really just a few bolts. You got to have one thing to move the belt out of the way, and then you have usually 2 bolts, sometimes 3, depending on the type of vehicle it is, to loosen it up or even remove it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll never pay somebody to do an alternator unless it's one of these weird cars that you got to remove half the stuff to get to it. That's when you just sit there and you just shake your head and like, why would you put a part that often fails underneath like an air conditioner compressor, which rarely fails.
Right.
I've never really understood that design factor, but of course they don't build cars for the consumer to work on. They build them to take them to the shops to work on. So
absolutely. Very true. That was Sally again. She said she would be here in a minute. So.
Oh, okay.
She's working on it.
I'm feeding the dogs. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I'm still here. It just gets noisy.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, it's crazy when it's time to get fed. Yeah, my daughter didn't believe me. My little one will actually grab me by the arm and drag me over to his bowl when it's time to get fed. And she's like, "You don't do that to me." And then the other day, she finally got a chance to see it. And he's like, "I can't believe he does that." I'm like, "Oh, yeah, he's insistent."
Our little Jack Russell, if my husband's not paying enough attention to her, she'll come up and pull his arm hair.
Mm, that's painful. Yeah, it's funny. Mine usually don't get up until about 9 or 9:30, so I don't have to worry about that for a little bit in the morning.
Yeah, not mine. Mine will wake up when I wake up, but boy, as soon as I wake up, they want to go out, which is fine. I get up,
Yeah.
out, get Luke up, and get him ready for school, and then as soon as they know, as soon as he gets on the bus, it's time for them to have breakfast, and so they get their. I walk in from getting him on the bus, and I turn around, and they're at the top of the stairs, barking at me, "Hey, feed us, feed us, feed!" And the cat's worse than the dogs. I mean, the cat's all over the place, meowing like crazy, and then I have a big, it's a vintage feed kit tin that's probably 4 feet tall that I keep their feet in.
Uh-huh.
And she'll literally stretch up and get up there and get her paws on the lid and start to pull herself up because I keep her bag of food in with the dog's food, and I pull it out. And she gets a quarter cup in the morning and a quarter cup at night. Well, I pull it out, and I literally have to keep her bowl up underneath my dining room table because the dog will eat it if I don't. And she is literally batting at my hand as I'm trying to get it into her bowl, not thinking the fact that if you just get out of the way, I'll get your food faster. So,
Yep.
and then both the dogs have been trained to wait. And so if I tell them to wait, they won't even touch their food. Even Zeus, who is like a foodie of all foodies, he won't touch it if I've told him to wait. So,
Right.
they just sit there.
Well, that's good.
They're vibrating. You can tell they want to eat their food so bad, but Zeus is Mason's verbally trained. Zeus is silent trained. I can just tell him to wait, and he'll sit down, and then I just give him the old flick of the finger, and he's boom right into his bowl. So,
Wow.
yeah, he's a
That's good training.
Well, he was really easy to train like that too. Mason took a little bit longer, but Danes are a little bit slower.
Yeah.
But Mason's really good to the point where I can put one of those rawhide bones, which is like one of his biggest weaknesses, put it right in front of his nose. If I tell him to wait, he won't touch it.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's impressive.
And I'm the only one that can take something away from him too. So my daughter, who loves them to death, and they'll do anything for her. If she tries to reach out and take a bone out of their mouth, forget it. But I can reach over, put my hand on the bone. They may growl at me a little bit. I'll just look at them, and they'll let it go because they know I'm the boss. So.
Right.
That's Lugnut. When he's not a puppy, he's going to be an awesome dog because he's already so smart. He listens well, but he's a puppy, so he's got to keep, like a toddler, And but yeah, he picks up things just like that. He's so smart, So when he's not a puppy, he's going to be the best dog ever.
Yep, that's the cool thing about. If you get them young and get them going right, it saves you so much hassle down the road.
He's actually got potential to be as good as my old dog Gus was. So, which my dog Gus, he was a Beagle mix, and he was so trained.
No.
So
who's muted?
If I can get him nice.
Yeah, you're kind of cutting out, Nikki. Morning, Sally.
She's number one. Yeah.
How is that? Is that better?
Yeah, that's better.
Morning, Sally.
It is. She must be doing something.
I'd probably try to put her pants back on.
Oh, she's on the phone. So
I guess on the phone.
Yeah, I think I listed. Go ahead.
So did you guys make any good buys lately?
Me, I haven't been buying nothing.
No, that's true.
I just been getting stuff from the garage and pulling it out and bringing it in.
Really cool stuff that you forgot you owned?
Yeah, there's been a few things. You know, when I first started, I didn't really. I wanted to get into like the electronics, but they kind of scared me. You know, just because of what if the customer gets it and it doesn't work, and just being afraid of that. And but I would buy them, but I would never sell them. Just that kind of that wall.
Yeah, I mean,
And so,
electronics is one of those weird items. It's like that where if you're not, the biggest problem with electronics is shipping them. If you're talking like stereo receivers and things like that, that's the biggest pain with those is the fact that you usually got to go FedEx Smart Post, and they're big and heavy and a pain
right,
in the butt. But I mean, the return on them can be really, really good, as far as how much you pay to how much you get out of them, if you get the right.
right.
But
Yeah, and
go ahead.
so I kind of I kind of veered away from the electronic part, even though I had plenty of it. Um, and so I started working on those and getting some of that stuff listed. And a lot of it was just bad buys and things didn't work, and so I'm having to just go through and just check things, and if it doesn't work, then it goes on its way. And
Yeah. I mean, I've done that. I bought stuff from the thrift store that, it plugged in. It looked like it was going to be working, and get home, and after doing a little more detailed thing, it doesn't work, and I just usually throw it away. I mean,
right,
it's usually not worth taking back to the thrift store to get a credit, for a dollar or two. It's just not worth the hassle.
yeah,
So I just, for me, it doesn't make any difference. I don't want to do that stuff. So,
yeah,
but and there's also value in things as parts, especially the older tube type receivers and amplifiers and stuff like that. If they don't work, somebody's going to want them for a parts price, and they're not afraid to pay for them.
right,
And they're not afraid to pay decent shipping on them because they know how heavy these things are. I sent out an old Heathkit amp that weighed every bit of 45 pounds, and a guy in New York bought it, and he happily coughed up the $30 to ship it to him. And I only charged, I sold it to him for like $40. And I bought it for less than $1. I mean, it was in a box lot at an auction. And so, it was really good money. And it cost me, it was just like $22 or something to ship it. So I made a little bit of money on shipping as well.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that's a pretty good return. But the thing was a bear to pack and mess with. And if it had been working, it would have been a couple $100. So the risk was there. But, I don't mind selling broken electronics for parts as long as it's worth something. I mean, it's got to be worth the hassle of dealing with a larger piece, and
right.
you've got to have the boxes for it and everything. And I mean, I've tried to get in the way. I'm getting away from buying stuff that I got to sit there and think about how I'm going to ship it.
Exactly. And I think that just, that comes with experience and, time of doing this, when you start thinking about, hey, how am I going to, do I have a box for this? Or, can I get a box for this?
Yeah.
And how am I going to ship it? All those things come into play.
They definitely do. I mean, there's too many times I've grabbed something. I mean, I got two wakeboards back there. I'm going to list here pretty soon, probably in March or April, and they're worth about $150 a piece, and I paid $26 a piece for them. But it's like, oh, so I was actually at my UPS store and asked if they had a box that would fit something like that, and it's like 48 inches long by 8 inches. I mean, it's a decent box, and the good thing is it still falls under the post office in case it goes somewhere close, but it'll probably be a smart post thing anyway. But it's like, and that's going to cost me like $6 a box to buy a specialized box, which is fine. I mean, it's the money, you get the money you want for them. But right. I would never buy those now. I mean, I've had them since last year. I would never buy something like that, thinking that, I'll find a box for it now that I know there's additional cost to boxing, and it's just a pain in the butt. It's just not worth the time.
Right.
Those tailgate covers I have, we bought that whole lot of car parts for $5, and so the return is I mean, I've already made plenty of money on this stuff, and I still am selling them, but they're like 60 inches long. But we just build a box for them. My husband gets these slip sheets from work that they have on the pallets, and those usually they're pretty big. So we usually take 2 of those and make a. And it usually works pretty good, you know. So, and I sell them consistently for between $25 to $50, depending on, you know, some people take them at the price they're at. Some people offer me a little lower, but I mean, I sold a bumper out of that lot for $150. I sold something else for $250. I've sold like 5 of those tailgate covers already at no less than $25 a piece. Most of them were like $30 to $50 range.
Yeah. You're charging shipping.
I mean,
you're doing well. I mean, that's the type of lot that just for $5
keeps on giving.
It's a hassle.
Yeah, it keeps on giving, you know. Just and I've still got probably 30 of them left, you know. I thought I only had like 20 to begin with, but I looked at them yesterday at the storage shed. Like, I bet I got at least 25, 30 of them.
I meant to ask you, how did your storage shed organization go?
Well, we mainly, it was still pretty.
You went away, Nikki.
You're cutting out again.
Oh, hold on. Is that better?
Yep.
It was supposed to be like 41, but the wind was really cold.
Yeah.
So we just mainly made it so I can walk into it and get my stuff, you know. So that was pretty much all we did. And cleaned out all the boxes. And
well, if that's all you need to do right now. I mean, you don't have to freeze your butt off out there to do it.
well, yeah, and it was getting to the point where my husband had went and put a bunch of stuff in there, and things had gotten thrown around and stuff. So it was like I could barely get to the tailgate covers, and I could barely get to my eBay boxes that I have in there. So now I can walk in there and I can actually do something. And well, with my building coming in the summer or the spring, I don't want to do too much because everything's going to be cleared out of there.
Right.
You know, eventually. So, I'll be bringing a lot of stuff home, doing rummage sales or whatever, bringing stuff to the auction. So I didn't really want to like totally clean the whole thing out because, like I said, why touch the stuff again, you know, in just a couple of months. So we just mainly just kind of organized it so that I can get in there, do what I need to do, and, you know.
Yeah,
and this kind of supposed to be really nice, so I'm hoping to go over there and kind of dig through some stuff and bring some stuff home and get it listed. And I'm trying to get the stuff I have now listed and to get through some of my piles so that when my building is new, I'm not bringing all this crap. Because hopefully, I'm hoping that when something comes into the building, it's going to get listed right away before I bring more stuff into the building.
Well, I mean, the problem when you buy in large quantity is
It's
sometimes difficult to get everything listed before you're going back out again.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
I mean, it's tough. I mean, it's something we all shouldn't do, but
yeah.
If you have an area, especially if you're sourcing primarily from, let's say, auction, where you can pick up large quantities for not a lot of dollars, and you go to 2 or 3 a week because you always hit home runs there, but you also pick up quantity while you're there. It can be tough. It can be very easy to build a huge backlog, and then you got to take some time off and get it listed. But you know, when you're paying so little for everything, you kind of understand. I mean, how you can get into a situation where you have the storage unit just actually cram full, and you kind of, the way I look at it, is more kind of like a, like a bank, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Well, and that's the thing. Like winter time up here, on the state, because first of all, you don't have as many. You only have, well, we have 2 auction companies, like 1 a week for sure. If somebody dies or something, then yeah, there's another one thrown in there. But that comes in there. Sometimes I go to the auction and I don't even want to buy one thing from there. There's so much crap. But in the springtime is the most plentiful. And then summertime is always pretty good, you know, because you got the summer. Besides rummage sales and then I swap meets and stuff. So in a way, it kind of helps me in the wintertime having all that backlog. Because like last week, there was nothing at the auction I wanted. And so I didn't even go to list, you know. I have to worry about, oh gosh, what am I going to list? Or, you know, because I do have good quality stuff in that. I mean, like them blow molds alone, in August, I was getting $25 a piece for them. Plus shipping. I sold a whole set of them at my flea market for it was $150. I sold six pieces of those blow molds. Luckily, I didn't have to ship them, and I only had $5 or $6 into them. You know, so like I say, you know, if I dig through that stuff, I've got a lot of home runs in there. But are going to have a big return. It's just getting through the stuff, you know.
Yep.
And last week I had internet auctions that I had to pick up. And, well, there was a lot of stuff in those internet auctions that I bought for myself or for my kids. But then you got to take the bad with the good. So there's a lot of crap in there, too. So.
Yeah, I mean, I regularly make runs to the donation or fill up my garbage with crap that, you know, comes in that's not worth anything. I don't want to dump it back out in the market with some of the stuff is just awful, and redonating it doesn't do nobody any good. So I'll throw away a lot of stuff like that. But you know, if it's clothing or something like that, I'll take it and redonate it if I bought it. And I often buy closets out of estates. You know, because I'm trying to buy one or two things out of there, but you got to take the whole closet. So
yeah. And like I said, a lot of times I can take a lot of that stuff back to the auction, make up my own boxes and throw something good in the box, you know, and
oh yeah,
and then
those boxes
get my money back, you know. So I just haven't. I've been having some back problems, and my knee's been really bothering me lately, so I haven't really gotten a lot done this winter that I should be getting done. But when springtime comes and stuff starts warming up, then my knee and my back don't hurt so bad. So then, headache. And besides the cold too.
Yeah, and that's the thing about, you know, kind of being backlogged is you have a little, you know, you have that inventory that you can go back to and you know, dig through and work through. That's a good thing, you know, because there's not. I mean, you still have the auctions and online auctions and stuff like that, but you don't have the yard sales. You don't have the, you know, places where you can get inventory. So
yeah, up here in the Northland, you know, you can't. There isn't rummage sales in the wintertime, and there's not that many estate sales either. There would be in the wintertime, but there's really not that many.
yeah, I mean, I could probably hit 2 or 3 estate sales a week if I wanted to. Estate sales pricing is a little outlandish, so I typically don't even bother going until it's the last day, just because they won't negotiate at all on first day or second day.
Yep.
The last day is when you can make deals, and you know what, you miss some stuff, but you know I'm okay with it. But for me, you know, I'm in the Midwest, so you know we have a limited yard sale season.
Yep.
And so that kind of hurts, but
the thing is that, you know, us auction people, you know this, Eric, if you miss something, again, you know. So that's why I don't pay a lot for my stuff, because I know eventually it's going to come around again, or something just as good is going to come around, you know. So a lot of times I will let things go just because I'm going to get another chance at it, or something just as good, you know. So I don't have to go out there and go to the estate sales and spend, you know, a buku bucks on stuff.
Yeah.
It was funny, the other day there was an estate sale in town, but my daughter lives in town, so I was like, hey, go to the estate sale and see what I knew a few of the things that they were having there, and because it was the owner of my husband's company was having it, uh, and some of the stuff, there was some of his stuff that I had sold for him on eBay, and some of it just wasn't really eBay worthy, but and then they added to it. I had my daughter go to it with her camera phone and put me on video call. She was walking through. I'm like, I don't ever have to go to an estate sale again. I just send you. But they had like of Littlest Pet Shop pets, which I only saw like cats, and there was a few dogs, but nothing really special. It didn't look like. Well, they had $2 on it, which I told her, if it's the whole box for $2, grab them. You know, but they were $2 a piece. I was like, heck no, you know. Like, I did tell her to go offer them, like, I think it was like $10 for the whole box or whatever, but they were like, no. And I knew they wouldn't, but right. And then they had some boom boxes, but they weren't really good boom boxes, and they weren't worth anything. And yeah, just there really wasn't anything. The prices were too high for resale.
Yeah, I mean, I went when I got all that show and had antique circus stuff, the toys. I'd walk through the entire state twice just to make sure, and they had just insane prices. And the only thing I found that I thought was worth picking up was a fraternity paddle, and they had $25 on it, and it was 35% off that day. So I mean, I thought, okay, I can make a little bit of money with this. And then I found the clown stuff and was trying to negotiate with her, and I mean, it was difficult because she was just stuck on this pricing for individual pieces that was out of control. I mean, she said, she told me her appraiser had appraised the entire outfit at $1,300.
Yeah.
And when you added the individual pricing up, it was like $1,900, and I'm like, okay, so you're going for more than retail. She said, well, it's 50% off. I said, okay, that still doesn't make any sense when you got $1,900 and you're asking. You said retail is $1,300, so $650 would be more realistic. And so I split the amount up. I didn't want to buy all the different animals because the animals are fairly common, and she had $200 a piece on the animals. And at 50% off, they were $100. Well, that's what they sell for. I could get $100 a piece. A couple of the animals might have got $150, so I could have made a little bit of money, but it just wasn't enough to worthwhile. So then I turned around and I bought all the accessories and everything else, and got the 3 of the clowns thrown in, and kind of worked the whole deal out. And I paid $300 for all the stuff because she thought the money was in the animals. And I more than doubled my money on that when I'm actually up to. I paid $3. I got $550 for one piece, $100 a quarter, 70, so 200. So I'm like $750. Plus I've got like 6 more lots to sell. So I figured I would triple my money on the whole thing, and that's kind of where I'm probably going to end up at. But if I paid her prices, there wasn't enough money there. And what was worse, it was the second day of her sale, but she wasn't having a third day. And I was there at like 2:00 in the afternoon, and she was closing up at like 3. And I'm like, I'm here with money. I'll pay a little bit more to take the whole deal, but I'm not paying your prices. And she just absolutely would not move on it. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
But, so every now and then you can find some decent stuff. And I don't go to estate sales that often. I literally had no plans on going to an estate sale that day. I was up in Dayton with my brother, and we were moving a refrigerator and a stove over to his house, and it happened to be in his neighborhood right around the corner, and we saw the estate sale sign, and so I'm at the estate sale with a refrigerator and a stove in the back of my truck. So I'm like, oh, okay, we'll shoot up here and find it out, and it turned out to be a very profitable little trip because I even sold I got her to throw the paddle in too for $300, and so I paid $275 for that stuff too, and I sold the paddle right away for like $60. So, but yeah, most of the time I can't make good deals at estate sales, so I don't bother going. I'd rather buy it off.
Yeah, I'm not big into estate sales, but sometimes you can go in there, and sometimes they think is worth a crap, but it is. You can get a good deal, and yeah, normally I don't go until the last day because otherwise you can't. Most of the stuff you can't even touch to be worth reselling.
Yeah, if you can get in and get stuff that they've missed, or they don't understand that there is value there, and I know Dusty goes and he buys a lot of the books and things like that because he goes through and does knows what he's buying when he buys some of these older books and things like that. So, and they typically miss things like that, but you can't go in and pick up good quality stuff that everybody knows is valuable because they've got retail pricing on it.
Yeah.
Hey, Tara.
Good morning, Tara.
Hey, how's it going?
Morning, Tara.
Good morning. Sorry I put y'all off for a little bit.
All right.
It's okay. Get things figured out.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay, Eric.
Yep.
I have an echo. Ugh.
We did
Sorry, Nikki. Okay, Eric. What are you talking about? Maker's Mark is in the liquor aisle.
Maker's Mark bourbon.
Oh, alcohol. Sally.
I'm sorry you missed it, but that's
I did.
incredibly funny joke, and it just went right over your head. Thank you.
Sorry. It's a bourbon called Maker's Mark.
Yes.
Yeah.
You need to get out more, Sally.
I do, and that's just not a good thing for me today. I just couldn't find it anywhere.
What do you have again?
So I'm like, you didn't watch the video?
There's a video?
It's two dolls like on ice skates, and they're on a turntable. It almost looks like a microwave plate sort of thing.
Okay.
But then it's on a plastic base. I plug it in, and there's almost like, those roll switches.
Yeah.
It has one of those, and you turn it on, and it starts circulating, and then the girl she moves her hand from like here to here, and it's just a very slight move.
Yeah, I can see it. I'm watching it now.
But that's it, and there's no mark on it.
What are the dolls?
There was a UPC.
Are the dolls porcelain?
Huh?
Are the dolls porcelain? Are they plastic?
Plastic.
Okay. You looked on the back of the heads for marks?
Nothing. No tags on the clothes, no tags on the bodies. Just, I was frustrated with it this morning. I worked on it for like 2 hours trying to find the dang things.
You didn't find anything on eBay?
I couldn't even find anything on Google.
Is there when you turn it over there, is there anything written on the bottom of it all?
Nope. Made in Thailand.
Okay.
And then there's a UPC.
Did you run the UPC in Google by any chance?
I did nothing. And then I went to another thing, and
Does it make any noise?
No,
Didn't know.
it said that the UPC did not exist.
I'm thinking it's one of those LTD company things, you know.
They're big though.
How tall are they?
I don't know. Let me go see. I forgot to measure them. I was going to do that. I'll be right back.
How's your not so sexy
What's going
pile
on?
going?
What?
How's your not so sexy pile going there, Tara?
I got it all listed last week in the first 2 days because I thought Valerie added on to see how many things you could sell out of it. So I figured I needed all the things to sell that I could get.
Very
I
good.
only got a couple things listed.
One of the things this stupid old garment, which I sold that for like $60. And I don't know why I put off listing. It's just one of those things, you know, you just put off listing.
Yeah. I think that happened to a lot of people last week. I
Yeah.
don't know why. But
I don't know. And this, I had it for a while. It's just, like I said, it's just something I just put off to the side. And it was that. There was a Polaroid camera that sold yesterday. One of those, I think they call it like construction camera. You know, it's just a Polaroid that sold. Maybe it's because they're kind of boring to list. You know, I just put it off.
Who'd you sell it to?
I don't know. I'd have to go back and look. There's
I
a
just sold a Polaroid camera to a place in Wisconsin.
I've sold a couple before, and it's always the same person that buys it.
Yeah, I
And
used
I
to
don't-
sell. Cream City Cameras used to buy them all the time. And the last couple I've sold have been to a different place, Retrospective or something like that.
Polaroid camera. I'll look once. I don't remember.
You burnt the piano one.
Oh,
It's all or burn the piano for the number one.
no.
Okay, with the base 18 inches, without the base 15 inches.
It doesn't look like Department 56 stuff.
If it was Department 56, it would have that on it, I would think.
Yeah, I think.
And I don't think Department 56 is made in Taiwan.
That's what makes me think it's like one of those like LTD company or Finger Hut or something like that, one of those kind of things.
Yeah, it's one of those ones that's a little hard to find without. I mean, you're gonna have to go through a lot of pictures probably, and
I did. It almost looks like something that you would see in like a window of, you know, like in New York or something where they have, you know, the storefront. It looks like something that you would see in a storefront or something like that.
well, the problem is if you can't find it, I mean, you can still list it and everything, but you're not going to get somebody looking for they're looking for a very specific maker or something like along those lines. But more than likely, if you can't find it with no names or anything on it, it's probably just dollar store type stuff. And so you're kind of stuck with, you got to find somebody who's into dolls or into that type of animatronic look to decide, whether that's something they want. And it's hard to price. Obviously it's a Christmas thing.
That's what I was going to say. You're going to have to list it with as many keywords as possible, describing it, and just price it what you think it's worth, and best offer, and hope it goes.
Yeah.
Make sure you have all the measurements and everything in it, and
Yeah.
Dennis in there.
Let's see.
And put something like Christmas dolls, mechanical, that kind of thing, ice skating.
I'll tell you what I got now. Have boy and girl doll Christmas rotating display, ice skating, moves arms. And I'm going to put the video in there too.
I wouldn't put moves arms.
Okay. What would you put?
Animated.
Would you put display?
Display is fine, but animated would be what they are. So the problem is, without having a desirable name on it, it's going to sit for a while. What kind of price were you thinking about putting on it?
I don't know.
As it's an 18-inch and you're not real sure, I would probably put like $20 plus shipping with best offer on it.
I would agree with Eric. I would put it between 20 and 24.98 with best offer.
Or you could run it.
Just hope it goes.
What, Mallory?
I said, or you could run it through an auction and see what it does.
Yeah.
List it for, starting at $19.99 and see where it goes.
Yeah.
The only problem with that is, without a maker's mark or something on it, or some sort of major keyword, it may not be searchable enough for an auction. But you could try it. I mean, it's always, you never know.
What it comes up with? My listing comes up with American Girl dolls.
Yeah, because it's so tall.
Because I said girl doll.
Yeah, and then make sure you put the height in there, 18-inch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not finding anything, and like I said, there's just, without any type of marks, and you disrobed the dolls and everything.
Yeah, well, I didn't disrobe them, but I looked through their clothes pretty good.
There's a lot of times that for the cheaper dolls, the maker's mark will be on the lower back as well.
Yeah, I looked there.
Yeah, your main person that you're going to be trying to get is somebody that's just looking for Christmas stuff.
Yeah.
So I think Christmas is the one thing that's going to do it for you, or animated.
Well, the fact that it's animated and it's, it's 18 inches tall. I mean, that's a good sized rotating display. That means the base is probably about 6 inches across, maybe even 8.
Yeah, maybe 8. Yeah.
Felicia.
I kind of get that. I mean, I don't know what it's going to sell for, but I mean, I would be happy anywhere between $10 and $20. You know, as long as we're charging shipping on it, because shipping's probably going to be
I'm just thinking.
about $10
I'm
in shipping. So.
Yeah, I'm just thinking that there maybe used to be something around where the front of the display or the front of the rotating thing. I'm thinking there's maybe used to be something there.
Well, that's it. Like I said, Department 56 stuff has a big, like an ice cube. That's much smaller, so you know it could be American Girl, but I thought most American Girl stuff is marked, so
Yeah,
it doesn't really have that same look.
right.
American Girl stuff has a little bit different look in the eyes.
And there's a girl and a boy.
Yeah. I just.
Sally, have you looked under American Girl?
Yeah, but there's a girl and a boy, and it wouldn't be that.
Like I said, I just put as many keywords in as possible and the size and everything and let her go.
Yeah. I mean,
But you probably
more time on it than you really need to. At this point, you know what it is, you know what it does, you got a video of it. I wouldn't worry about the rest of it. You know, the video will probably help sell it, but I said you can't. You know, if you had a maker's mark that you were having trouble identifying where it could be worth a lot of money, then then that's
what it could be.
So,
not to interrupt. You know what it could be? It could be one of those telcos that were made in the 80s. I think for some reason I think that they might have been made in Taiwan. You know what I'm talking about?
What are they?
They're called telcos. It's TELCO. They made a whole, like the girl with the candle. They made a whole bunch of those kind, and it kind of looks like that style.
Hmm.
And I think if I remember right, they used to have the gold sticker on the bottom that would say like "Made in Taiwan." Is that what yours has?
Yeah.
Hear that?
It's TELECO.
It's TELCO.
yeah, CELCO.
Okay.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of that style a little bit. Here's a girl. Here, you can use as a keyword motionette. That's what I used for a keyword, and that's how I came up with telcos. But here's a Christmas motionette girl. She's like ice skating, but she has a white snowsuit on, and she sold for $40. But I haven't found one exactly like the one you're talking about.
I'm seeing a lot different. It's actually, it looks a lot like how she does. The pictures that are popping up right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the same. The face is a lot.
Like that real dolly look. And I just put motionette in my search thing. I didn't even put telco, and they start coming up, and then I was like, it does kind of look like them now that I think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bases are wrong for telco, but motionette would probably get you into that keyword and.
Yeah, you don't want to put telco in there unless you absolutely know for sure it is a telco.
Well, you could definitely use motionette because that seems to be a really good keyword on them.
Yeah, that's a good keyword.
Yep. There you go. Lesson for the day. Animated Christmas crap. Put motionette in.
you can try to price it higher if you want and put best offer on it and see if you get any. Because a lot of times, if you price something higher and it's something that people are searching for, I mean, they'll tell you what they want to pay for it, you know. So I mean, you could put probably $29.95 or something on it and try to let it go that way. But you can put any price on it you want, you know. Because sometimes I'll do that if I don't know what something's worth. I'll put like a really high price on it or best offer and just see what kind of offers come in and see how fast offers come in and see if you get a lot of lookers and nobody's offering. Then you know you're way high, you know. Because it's definitely not something you're going to sell right away, anyways. Because it's Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the problem is
Christmas all. Like you're not gonna. It's something
Christmas
for a while, anyways.
I just sold Christmas last night.
Yeah.
Yeah, Christmas
So
definitely
I say
sells.
Christmas sells all year.
I've been
But
selling Christmas last
sell.
3-4 weeks.
It doesn't sell fast year round. Whereas if you get Christmas up in November and early December, it'll sell 10 times as fast. But it does sell year round. There's nothing wrong with having it in your store if you've got the listings and everything. So I mean, I would not hesitate to look for something I already own. Now, I would not necessarily go out and buy a bunch of Christmas to list right now. But if I had it, I would probably make sure it's up and running. But a lot of what you're seeing is people replacing things that got broken over the Christmas season. And while it's on their mind, they're going to go out and get another one, especially if it's an older one or if it's a memory type thing.
Yeah, I just sold 2 Christmas dolls, animated Christmas dolls, the other day. So that was good. But yeah, I sell most of my Christmas stuff in the summertime, which I think is hilarious.
No, but if those people are into it and they're looking for that specific item, they look for it in August or they look for it at Christmas time. It don't matter.
Well, and that's why I list my Christmas stuff as soon as I get it, because I'm a Christmas person, and yeah, I'm always looking for stuff for Christmas all the time. I love Christmas, so
I would probably list it for $29.99 plus shipping with best offer on it.
Because we have one in the garage.
Yeah. Well, as long as you got the Motionette, because that seems to be a fairly decent price point with shipping.
I need to look at what those Telco dolls are going for.
They're going for.
I know that's going to be different because it's not a Telco, but at least I'd have a better picture in my head of what I want for it.
The problem is you've seen a huge slowdown in sales. I mean, if you use the word Motionette, they've sold 301 Motionette items in the last 90 days. And since Christmas has probably only sold about 40. So it's slowed tremendously down. But I mean, that does mean they're still selling. But I wouldn't worry too much about that. I mean, I think we'll be fine.
You know me, I don't worry about stuff like that.
How can you tell this Telco marked?
a good keyword though, Motionette. I'd never thought of that one, and I'm usually pretty good with keywords.
Yeah, it's they have a lot of those Telco dolls that have the red and white like she does, and then she's got plaid under also, and they do too with a lot of their stuff.
Now, did you look on the plastic to make sure there was nothing, molded?
Let me go get that damn thing. Now I gotta strip the bastards.
No. Because I mean, Telco puts it in the base. It looks like that's where they mark their stuff.
No.
Oh, my poor Jack Russell. Every time she sneezes, she smacks her nose on the hardwood floor. I feel so bad for her because she's so short, you know? And she has such big sneezes. And she sneezes like every time she sneezes at least 3 times in a row. I feel so bad for her.
Funniest thing I ever saw was my Great Dane.
Couch or something, so she don't hit her face on the floor.
Should we slow over your couch?
And my Great Dane smacked his face into the coffee table. And the
then
look on his face was like, what happened there? And I was dying because he was just like, just total look of, I don't know what happened, but my face stopped all of a sudden.
I thought you were going to tell me he broke your coffee table because they got a head like.
No. He's broke a few things with a vicious tail swipe, but
Yeah. My husband had friends who had Great Danes, yes, and they were big mooses.
They are big, dumb. They don't have a problem with knocking stuff over to get where they want to go. They love to lean on you.
Yeah.
They're
cool dogs. I always felt bad though because I think they only lived to be like 8 or 9 years old. You know, and it seems so.
Mason is going to be 9 this year. The age on him is actually more 12 to 13 nowadays.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But if you can get 10 years out of a Dane, that's a pretty good run.
Yeah.
And with better food. Now, the nice thing about Great Danes is they don't need a ton of exercise.
Oh, really?
They're not big exercise dogs. They're actually considered one of the best dogs for an apartment, which kind of hits your brain. Kind of like, why would you put a giant dog in an apartment? Because they love to just kind of lounge around. They're not huge, getting crazy type dogs. So
they are like Marmaduke. They're kind of couch potatoes, aren't they?
Oh yeah, and when they say couch potato, they definitely mean that he'll take over a couch. So I have a 2-person. It's a love seat. That is his. He's the only one that sits on it because it's no way I can keep him off my couch. So
he needs his own.
Did you put your headphones back on, Sally?
Yeah.
Okay, look on the base, not on the dolls, but on the base. What you're looking for is anything molded into the base. There might be words or numbers or letters.
Nothing. See, I'm thinking this is so plain right here. I'm just thinking that something used to be right here because there's a little lip right there.
I would expect a sticker or something there.
Something. And then nothing around the inside of the edge.
Can I see the sticker on the bottom?
Yeah. Those gold stickers.
That was like where you can see.
It's 03993467 2342
0399
3467 2342. I was really surprised that there was no lights or music.
The music kind of surprises me.
With such a big bass on it, I thought for sure that maybe because it's like almost like a crystal looking vase or base. It's kind of like a crystal look to it, like, I mean, it's not that heavy, but it's because it's plastic, but it almost looks like something like a microwave plate.
Yeah.
Well, it's made with ice, so I can see that.
I think it's like one of those things you put under your Christmas tree. You know, like those other telcos that do have the lights. They just move a little bit. They don't really play music or anything. A lot of them. It's just to put in your display.
Yeah. She ain't letting me see too much. I think this leg moves too, maybe. Maybe not.
Blackberry Thistle Tea said that hair.
I know.
Good morning, Larry.
Yeah, and she's got a headband on, so it's really hard to see anything that she's got going on here.
Look at the top of the shoulders and all the way up to the hairline of the head.
Well, her headband's stapled on, so
Probably not. And being a plastic doll, that's not unusual. Bong.
Oh, sexy girlfriend.
Oh, you got the hearts for me too, huh? Is that a Muppet, Sally?
Is it a what?
Muppet? What is that?
She's busy right now. I just go with that motion. That doll and not worry about it. He's pretty much a doll expert.
Yeah, vintage, not that stuff.
Yeah, that's not vintage. I think it's just it's probably your Walmart, Kmart, animatronic looking doll made, cheap and but not super cheap because it's got motion on it and everything.
If you want my opinion, I'm sure it's worth something to someone. If that helps.
Thanks a lot, Jason.
No problem.
Kick him now, Val.
Hey, Cheryl Ann said that instead of checking the girl, did you check the guy?
Yeah, I checked both of them.
Okay.
They ain't got nothing.
Okay.
I'm surprised it doesn't have music.
Me too.
There's no speaker on the bottom of it.
No, don't look like it.
Well,
If it had a speaker, I would have paid $20.
Is that plus shipping, Nikki?
Yeah, I would have. I like it. It's cute, but it doesn't have music.
Yeah. Can't get into the Christmas spirit without music. What kind of crap are you pouring over there, Sally?
Yeah, I have a whole animated stuff for Christmas. I love it.
Is that Little Caesars, damn it? Son of a bitch.
I had just got it yesterday, and you guys were talking about it. I'm like, I say shit.
Oh, so that's great. So you know how I'm like, good topic actually. You know how I'm like trying to lose a little weight and I'm trying to eat like not as much.
Sorry, I'm starving.
No. It's not even just you. I found a Valentine's Day card when I was getting ready for I want to say work, but I guess here. And
right.
So I got
what
this.
You meant?
Yeah, so I got this great little Valentine's card. It's awesome.
Aw, cute.
Yep. And then when I open it up, it's a McDonald's gift certificate.
Oh my God. She hates your guts. She wants you to stay fat.
Oh, that's
what that means.
I'm like, you've got to be kidding. Not to mention, we've never done any type of like monetary gift before. This is like a first on top of that too.
That was from your girlfriend?
Fiance, yes.
No. That's a girlfriend.
Did
gift.
you ask her what the fuck?
I didn't talk to her yet, but I figured maybe she'll watch this.
That, Jason, that
Yeah.
just means she loves you just the way you are.
That's right.
You don't have to lose weight for her. She loves you just the way you are.
What did you get her, Jason?
Great. Well, she didn't get it yet, but I have this big box of chocolate from
Oh, that's right. You showed me.
Gertrude Hawking. I think you saw.
I bet you she's seen that shit already.
No, no
Or-
way.
No,
Or
you need to
Jason.
stop-
She's like a kid. It's on the top shelf. She can't get to it.
You need
Or
to,
Jason.
You need to stop and get her a Taco Bell gift card for $10 too.
She either loves you just the way you are, or she's trying to kill you slowly, one or the other.
Makes
Or making it look
sense.
like she's not.
So now would be a bad time to buy one of those personal insurance. I don't know. I just signed a $200,000 insurance policy, leaving her the beneficiary.
Oh shit. I need to change
Here,
that.
honey, here's some McDonald's. You don't have to lose weight. I love you just the way you are. By the way, did you pay your insurance? No, I'm just kidding. I've never met her or talked to her, but she looks very sweet.
Yes, she is.
She really
As far
is
as
a
I
doll.
know.
She really is a doll, and I'm sure that wasn't in her mind whatsoever at all when she did that.
Did you see what Craig Burry said? Take a machete and scratch it and see what color it is underneath the plastic. Oh my god. Hey. Color it is underneath.
And she's got to be one hell of a woman because she loves you and lives with you. So, she's got to be a heck of a woman.
Yeah, right? She puts up with a lot, as I'm sure you know.
Oh, I think you give your fair share.
Oh, man.
That's the way it's gotta be.
Yeah.
Today is Sally and Brandon's anniversary.
Oh, wow.
We've been
Happy
married-
anniversary.
Thank you. We've been married for 7 years.
Valentine's Day.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That's
You always remember your anniversary.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My husband married me the day before my birthday. And that was why, so he'd always remember. But honestly, he's better at dates than I am.
Last year, me and my husband were out on the boat. Our anniversary is the 31st of May. And we didn't remember it was our anniversary until that night, neither of us.
I'm like that, but Gary remembers everything. We've been married, it's going to be 24 years in June. And I can't even believe I'm old enough to say that. But anyways, he always remembers our anniversary. Me, I forget it all the time, even though it's the day before my birthday.
Yeah. Yeah, we met 2004. February of 2004, and he moved out to California, and we got it all going right away. So 2004 to 2010, that's 6 years, right?
Yep.
And then today is 7, so 15 years, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how to fucking add right now. But yeah.
That's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Hey, what's up with the 26 watchers? Woo woo. Gotta get those
Don't
thumbs
forget to-
up.
like the video, like the show, so more people can be watching.
My last couple videos I've been advertising for you too.
There, you can't say I don't do
Well, thank
anything.
you.
Yeah, I was outside with a piece of paper I stapled to a telephone pole with little cut-offs. Like, go to the show.
Did you even post it in Facebook today?
I did not. I suck.
So that means you got 26 viewers without posting in Facebook. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That means you have at least. That means you have at least 26 faithful followers.
Well, we appreciate y'all.
Absolutely.
Or the geek that I am, I have 25 computers, each running YouTube.
You're
Good friend,
awful.
Jason.
I know.
Yeah, Apple. We appreciate y'all.
I'm finally shipping out my $60 shade carpeting today. Finally,
good.
the e-check finally cleared, and this weekend or yesterday. So. Now I wish I could find some more.
It's so funny. When you get an e-check, I swear to God, it seems like an eternity till it clears. I had one the other day, and I was like, oh my God, this thing's been here forever. In reality, it's only 3 days old.
I know what you mean.
I had one due for 3 weeks.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. I almost canceled that crap. So I was like, this is ridiculous. I can understand a week because, regular checks, regular checks don't even take that long.
No.
But, okay, I'll deal with it, or whatever. And then freaking I go and look and it says eBay's telling me to ship it. And telling me to ship it. So I'm thinking, okay, well, payment's not cleared yet, so I can't ship it.
That's weird.
And then, yeah. And then I call. Oh, no, I got a hold of the buyer. And she says, oh, it says it's already cleared on my end. Why aren't you shipping it? So I called eBay, or I called PayPal, and they said on our end it says it's not. So it was back and forth for 3 weeks like that, and then finally it cleared on my end. And I was like, this is crap.
I don't think I've ever gotten one of those.
And if eBay has showed it as paid, you may get a ding for that being shipped out late.
Yeah,
That's
maybe.
Don't get me wrong. I rarely get them. And usually when I do get them, they're for like very low dollar amounts. This one's like $15.
I'm amazed at how many $3 ones you end up getting.
I know, it's always just low numbers with that stuff. I don't know.
It is. Yeah, it's always cheap stuff.
My thing is, when I don't get them very often, but when I do get them, it's usually I get a couple at a time, 2 or 3 at a time.
Yeah.
It's like all of a sudden the check buyers are out buying.
Yeah, I haven't gotten one in a long time.
I forget it. Is it that they're drawing from their second bank account, or is it a physical check?
So they put in their bank account information, like if you pay your credit card online, and then it's
with your checking and routing number.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think it's something like that.
Yeah, it's paying through your bank account.
Because I have my bank account connected, and if I don't have enough in my PayPal, it'll go to my bank account, but it won't come through as an e-check. It'll still pay them right away.
Do you do it Do you have your bank account linked with your debit card though? Maybe it goes through your
Yeah.
debit card. Because a debit card would go instantly, even though it's coming from your bank. But these people that are doing e-checks, they only have their account linked to it. They don't have their debit card linked to it.
Okay.
Isn't
Yeah.
it like they don't have a PayPal? You know, and they're using their checking account to do it.
Okay, that makes more sense. I just looked this one up on PayPal. It says pending till the 15th. So that would be if it does clear, that would be 5 days that it took.
Yeah, and I say they take about 5 days.
Because I have my debit card linked, and usually it'll go out instantly. But one time my debit card was expired, and I forgot to redo the information, and it went through as an e-check because it was just drawing out of my bank instead of my debit card.
Right. See, with Sally's case, with 3 weeks, I guarantee you that was they probably wrote a check against like the bank of preschool. I mean,
Or it bounced the first time.
3 weeks.
Or it bounced the first
I wouldn't
time.
put nothing past nobody.
Again.
I agree with Tara. It probably bounced the first time.
Yeah, and then by the time it takes a few days in between, and then they go and draw on it again.
Again, yeah, that's possible.
Would not surprise me a bit if that's what happened.
Of course, it could have been a glitch through eBay because I had that one radio that I sold one time, and it was a glitch through eBay. eBay was saying it wasn't paid, and of course, I didn't check the PayPal account. And like a week later, she's like, "Hey, are you going to send my radio?" And I was like, "Oh, it showed that you didn't pay." And then I went and looked at PayPal, and sure enough, it was in there.
Huh.
But eBay still said it wasn't paid.
That was weird. I never had that happen.
You getting many sales right now during the week?
Me?
Anybody? You can answer if you'd like.
I got what did I get? 3 sales yesterday, totaling $529.97.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was 1 big item and 2 small items. So I was hoping to stay home and work today, but I'm gonna go to the shop and ship that out.
Yeah, my weekend was good, and then yesterday morning was slow, and then the afternoon it picked up in the afternoon and night, and then it was pretty good yesterday during the day. But yesterday till about lunchtime, it was really dead.
Yeah.
And I think I sold a couple this morning, like maybe 3 or 4.
Yeah, my eBay store was a bit constipated over the weekend, but it seems worked its way out now.
Nice way of putting that. Thank you, Jason.
No problem.
And
I love a visual.
Don't we all?
my sales were on fire last week and the weekend, but then yesterday I just had a couple, and today I haven't had any yet this morning. But like I said before, I wasn't listing much last week either, so.
Yeah.
But that's usually the way it goes. It usually, if I have a good weekend, then my week usually starts out kind of slow. And if I have a good week, then my weekend's kind of slow sometimes. Sometimes that happens, you know.
Yeah. I also found this really cool tree topper that has the foam form in it, and then over that it has plastic is broke on it, but it should still stay formed. It's like an old man Christmas. He's holding stars in a basket.
What did you say is broke on it?
It's the plastic.
Oh.
Like there's a piece of plastic right here, and then there's a piece of foam that goes over it. But this plastic right here is broke.
I feel like we're in a biology class.
Ding-a-ling-a-ling. But he's really pretty and furry. He's got a
Yeah,
nice
you'll get your
coat.
Santa Claus. You'll get your Santa Claus collectors buying that.
He's
And there's a lot of them out there.
a elder beer man.
Elder Beerman.
Mhm.
Hmm.
That was part of the May department stores. I don't know. Is Elder Beerman still around?
I seen. I have an Echo.
Yep, you do.
I seen a couple of gift cards up for Elder Beerman this morning. So must still be in business.
Speaking
I've
of
never
gift,
seen that store. Go ahead, Nikki.
speaking of gift cards, I don't want to change the subject or anything, but did you see Craigslist Hunter's video yesterday about gift cards? They had a gift card brought in and they bought it and they checked it, but then when they sold it on eBay to somebody, it was no good.
Huh.
The person, they checked when the sale was made, and the sale was made before, a couple days before they had sold it. So what people are doing is they're scratching off that thing, the number, taking a picture of it, re-putting a sticker back on it, selling it to them, and they're buying it after they sold it to them.
Huh.
Or they're buying stuff on that card. So
That's
Yeah.
awful.
Yeah, if you get a gift card that hasn't been redeemed and someone says there's money on there and you scratch and that stuff has been scratched off, then I wouldn't buy the card. I wouldn't mess with the card.
no, but they didn't know it was scratched off. What people are doing is these scammers are putting a sticker back on it that looks like, the
Looks like
scratch
the
off.
foil.
Yeah.
One swipe with your finger should tell you that there's a sticker and not the scratchy stuff on there. That's a bad buy. That's not a
I really
Camera
don't.
thing
I don't think
that's
I
still
would.
kind of, cheesy though, but I mean,
I don't think I would ever buy a gift card on eBay or.
I don't think I would either. I don't think I'd buy a gift card to resell really either.
Yeah.
Yeah, not my cup of tea.
No, mine
No.
neither, but I just thought I'd put that out there.
They do
It's almost
this.
a little bit like those headphones. If it sounds too good to be true, it must be too good to be true.
They do this thing at my store. Well, not at my store because they know that we won't do them. But in our company, there's been people that have been fired for doing the pay spot all over the phone.
what's the pay spot?
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Pay spot is just basically it's like if you have gift cards on the rack, because we have gift cards on a rack, and then people will bring them up and then we'll run it through the pay spot machine.
Oh,
And
okay.
so we swipe the card, then we enter the information or whatever and how much they want, and then it prints us out a receipt. Then we scan the receipt, they pay for it with cash, and then they and then the machine prints out another receipt that has the gift card number on it and saying that they purchased it. Well, the reason why, and these are scammers that are doing this to people in our company, but they will call and say, hi, this is the manager from this store or whatever, acting like they're a one of the CEOs or whatever, and they'll say, we had a problem with this gift card that was printed out, so I need you to go into the machine and print out another one for me and then read me the number.
Oh.
$500. Woo, right out the
Oh.
door.
Who did that?
Stupid people, that's who.
Like I said, that's somebody who's not working for us anymore.
Right? Like, yeah, like managers have done it, even though they've received emails saying no business over the phone. And that's the policy, is no business over the phone. If they want to, do something, they need to send it through the mail or whatever. And so that's like the policy, is no business over the phone. Well, then, these scammers call up and act like other people from the business, and they do it. Like I've even answered the phone, and my regional manager was on the phone, and he was trying to just like get me to give the phone to my manager. And I'm like, nope, no business over the phone. And I almost hung up on him. And, he's like, no, this is Larry, the regional. I'm like, okay, well, okay, you could talk to Teresa, but, I'm like, all I know is no business over the phone. So I just I don't even do anything on the phone. Just because I know that, anything, relating to registers or the pay spot or money order machine, it's off limits.
I mean, it's okay to talk on the phone, but
Well, yeah, but like, if there's anything that, I mean, there was other times that he called and he wanted like, information about something else, and I almost hung up on him then too. I've almost hung up on him like 2 or 3 times.
you
But
might need to loosen that up a little bit. But
nah. He needs to make it apparent that that's who he is, and not
yeah, he should be
just
telling you who he is. Hey, this is
yeah.
Larry calling or something like that.
Yeah, he doesn't do that. He just starts talking. So
Maybe he's testing you.
yeah,
A regional manager doesn't have time to test you.
I told them they should. That weed out a lot of other people that don't know what they're doing. Try to get them to print out something, and
Excuse me.
just bless you.
Thank
Just
you.
don't go through with it, but just get them halfway there and then fire their ass.
Like I said, the best thing you do is keep training them, and if somebody makes a mistake, you let them go and you publish that mistake and say it cost somebody their job. Don't let it happen to you.
Well, and the end result is nobody wants to lose their job, so
Yeah, I mean,
you have to make
Right.
an example of somebody.
letting people know that you're serious about your
But
policies.
yeah, they make us sign a thing every month that says no business over the phone.
I thought you were going to say no business like
How-
show business.
She knows.
Yeah, and then they form a dance line together.
Well, they think a lot of that stuff is like insider, insider
It could be that people who know
stuff.
your system and know how to work it, but I mean, they're scammers and that's what they do. They're very good at doing what they do. And so your goal is just to quite simply make sure that they don't have the opportunity to take advantage of you.
Yeah.
And so you just quite simply, okay, I'm not going to let you take advantage of me. I'm not going to worry about it. It's not going to happen here. So you follow your policies and you're safe.
Mm-hmm.
It's when people, bounce away from the policy or think that they know better or they found a different way. There isn't a single policy out there that hasn't been written for a reason.
Yeah.
And you see it every time something bad happens. Somebody else, a new policy rolls out, and it makes your life more difficult. You just want to kick somebody in the teeth for doing that. So.
Yeah.
But
Blackberry Thistle Tea said there's an elderberryman in Dayton, Ohio.
yeah, that's right down the street from my mom's house is where it used to be. I didn't know it was still there. So
Fishing and Picking wants to know about opinion on Eco Swift boxes. Are they worth it?
EcoSwift boxes.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of EcoSwift after my debacle with their tape, but I will tell you the Boxeries boxes are really good and they're really inexpensive. It all depends on the size, of course, but I order small boxes from the Boxery, and I get 644 boxes and can get 100 for just about $20. And then the 864s were a little bit more. They were $32 for 100.
Eric, are they good quality?
Yeah, they're real thick. I mean, I was surprised at how thick they are.
Because I got some of those free eBay boxes. I got the 644, I think it was.
Yeah.
Man, the quality of them sucked. I mean, they're okay, but
they're okay, but they're really light. That's what I like about them. But the EcoSwift or the Boxery boxes are actually heavier.
it wasn't even just the lightness though. They weren't glued up together right.
Oh no, these are like this is the eBay one.
Mm.
And that's an 864, and yeah, you see. I mean, it's you can kind of check the thickness of it.
Mm.
Let me go grab a Boxery box. Oh.
I'm still here. I'm just researching some silverware.
Okay.
So you can see the Boxery, and then I'll put the eBay next to it.
Yeah.
So you can actually see it.
A
And
little
you can
more.
see the differences.
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah, this is Boxery. This is eBay.
And they're asking if you're getting them from eBay or Amazon.
eBay. For the Boxery, I get them off of eBay. And actually, I get most of my supplies off of eBay except for bubble wrap. Bubble wrap, I have a vendor that I get off of. If I need it quick, I can get it from him pretty quickly. But my next order of bubble wrap's coming locally because I'll get twice as much for the same amount of money. I just had to make sure I had the space for it because it's a lot. And the last time I ordered from it's actually Amazon provides it, so they're the ones that are selling it. I mean, they're not making it, obviously, but they had a problem with their ASIN, and I was ordering 250 feet at a time, and I was only getting 125, and they had something slotted wrong. But well, the nice thing about it is it comes in nice big boxes, so they're really convenient.
That's cool.
But yeah, the Boxery is kind of weird. They'll ship you. It's a stack of 100 boxes, and it's huge, and it's just shrink wrap like you wouldn't believe. And there's 4 packs of 25 banded together.
I was just gonna say, are they banded? Yeah.
Yeah. So even if the thing were to rip a little bit, it's not like they're gonna fall over or anything. But it's super quality. I've ordered them twice now, and I just put another order in for another 100 because I'm down to my last 25. And I have not been disappointed. I haven't ordered. I just ordered the bigger ones from, but I'm going to assume it's going to be the same quality. So.
And whatever happened with the tape fiasco? Where are you getting your tape now?
I get my tape off of eBay. I got to look at the name. Because I don't remember.
Have you gotten it yet?
Yeah, I got my new tape and I love it. It's so much better than the EcoSwift tape.
Okay.
Why doesn't it show me my entire purchase history? $7.
Where's Dusty at today?
Seal Plus is who I get my tape from. And they're on eBay, and let's see what they've got. You can buy for a box of 18 rolls of 110 yards, which is 330 feet. It's $21.99 right now. If you buy it in a bigger lot, they've got 36 rolls at $35.99, and that's including the shipping. So you're paying about $1 a roll. And what's nice about it is that, EcoSwift sends their stuff out in a poly bag, and it usually gets dinged up and banged up. Seal Plus sends out in a box. You're actually buying from the factory, and they ship from California and Kansas. So depending on where you're ordering at, where you live at, that's where you get your shipping from. And it's fairly decent shipping. I mean, they're a little slow. It took about a week to get here. But if you order it with the depending on your volume, with maybe 1 or 2 rolls left, you'll be fine.
Yeah. Just the trick is to order in advance.
Don't ever run out of tape. I mean, that's the worst thing.
I can tell you right now, at any given second, how much tape I got in stock.
I've got 9 rolls right now, so
I've got a case minus 2 rolls.
And I have a couple of like partial rolls that I have as backup. I keep 1 roll in my car in case something that comes unsealed, or if I need to get into a package at the post office because something got messed up, or I got to put boxes together to take auction winning home, stuff like that. But and I think I've got a rolls bouncing around out my garage if I absolutely had to have tape. But it took me a long time to start buying tape online when I realized the cost savings were just tremendous. I mean, I know somebody was talking about Duck brand tape from Home Depot, and you were getting 6 55-yard rolls for $16. And I'm like, that's not a good deal at all.
No.
Got to be in that $1 a roll area is where I want to be at.
Yeah, I'm a lot more, but I'm picky.
But you're doing 3-inch tape.
Yeah.
Which is closer to $3 a roll, right?
I'm paying shipped $2.80 from Uline.
That's not bad.
No, and I get a free tape gun, so you can sell them after a while, if I so choose, or give them to friends.
True.
Would you like a 3-inch tape gun, Eric? I got a couple in stock.
I don't know. I've thought about it.
More than welcome to have one.
I just don't know. I mean, I don't know if I would. I mean, I see that big huge thing Dusty's been using, and I just don't know. Now, if I had do you use one with a desk dispenser?
Yes.
Yeah, I think I might use a 3-inch with a desk dispenser.
That's great for the labels. That's what I use that between the labels and when I'm like wrapping something up in newsprint or bubble wrap, and I go over to the dispenser and let it rip, and you could spin the object,
Oh, I use shrink wrap for that. If I got bubble wrap around something and I want to keep it secure, I use shrink wrap. I don't tape.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I mean, for your stuff, it's not going to hurt anything if you get a little tape on it for a tool or something like that. I mean.
Oh yeah, but if you got like ephemera or some shit, you're right.
Stuff like that. I keep a roll of this stuff around.
That stuff, yeah.
And this is about $7 or $8 a roll. Less if you buy it.
At Lowe's.
This is that. What?
I've seen that at Lowe's. Is that where you're getting it?
Actually, I got this from the Boxery, actually.
Oh.
And I bought 2 rolls. It was like $10 for 2 rolls. So if you buy it in quantity, you get a bit more. You can get it at I used to get mine at Harbor Freight.
Okay.
Freight has a nice one. It's got a nice plastic dispenser, but I mean, you just use this stuff instead of taping things up. You just shrink it up, you rip it off, and it's now taped. And it's really easy to undo, but you don't have to worry about tape sticking to the inside of your box or getting on your product or anything. And it's great for when you have that small item and you want to put a couple pieces of bubble wrap around it and just whip it around, and it'll really suck that bubble wrap down onto something.
Could you wrap that over your head a few times?
I could. Then I'd be like,
I wasn't see that.
what was that movie where they
Silverhair Stacker wants to know. Silver Hair Stacker wants to know, does the 3-inch tape work better on your victims before taking them into the chopping block in your bathroom?
The 3-inch tape definitely covers the mouth better, so you get a evil.
No, for that I prefer duct tape.
Kankay.
The butcher block table's gone. I have to replace it soon.
Crazy.
The sad part is that bathroom's so big I could set up a table there with the computer and like actually work in there.
That's where all the heat's
You
at.
should put a.
I know, the heat's on. It's the warmest room in the place. Oh, look who's in the chat.
I'm not watching the chat, so.
It's Mr. Dusty himself. He must have woke up.
You probably heard me say his name.
It's 10 o'clock in the morning where he's at. You just strap the headband on and get online.
Yeah, it must be tough watching movies all night.
I pretty much didn't. I after I got off and went out and did my running yesterday, I didn't get back on the computer at all. I just, you know what, I need to take a break away from it.
Yeah, I noticed. Some days I feel like that too.
Just kind of sat
I worked all night.
spent some time with Lucas and
That's cool.
just relaxed.
Does he have anything special that he likes to do with you on those type of days?
Pretty much yell at me to get out of his room most of the time, but
Typical teenager.
very typical. Even though he's autistic, he's still a teenager, so you got to deal with that type of stuff.
Right.
No, I mean he'll do video making, or he does a lot of stuff in Photoshop. He likes to create things in Photoshop, so you know that type of stuff. And he's wanting 3D animation software next. So
Nice.
I mean, I like the fact that he's playing with some of these programs. He doesn't really know what he's doing with them, but he's, you know, that's how you learn how to play with some of these. If you're playing with a program, it's ultimately going to teach you how to use it.
I've played with many different programs. I had no clue how to work, and after a lot of times there, you eventually learn stuff.
Yeah, you learn some. I mean, I was that way with like spreadsheets
Mm-hmm.
until I took a class on spreadsheets and realized, oh wow, how versatile these things really are. But I could still get them and basically use them, but now I could actually maximize the potential. I used to do everything in spreadsheet form.
Right.
It's alive.
What are you talking about me?
Congratulations, you got here 3 minutes before the show's ending.
All right, folks, have a good day.
Now you want Valerie will do that like she does in the lake. She'll come in and be like, all right, well, that's a good show, guys. Thanks. See you next time. Bye. Click.
How you doing, Dusty? You just wake up?
Yeah, I can't. I mean, I have a hard time falling asleep at night.
Are you taking your medicine stuff?
Yeah, that homeopathic stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just kind of like, yeah.
If you wash that down with a couple of shots of whiskey, that'll take care of
That's what
that.
I told Tristan. I was like, but you know, the only problem with that is then you come to bed smelling like a big old brewery or whatever.
Yeah.
You're like, I just took a shot of whiskey.
It's like depression era Dusty.
Yeah.
Come here so I can breathe on you.
Ooh, I got offers.
Good job.
I had a lot of negotiating yesterday, but I couldn't close the deal on anything. Trying to get people to understand that I can't ship it to you for the price you're offering. So,
Yeah.
I mean, a guy made me an $8 offer on a K&E slide rule that I couldn't ship it to him for $8 from where he lives at. So it's long and inconvenient.
That's the problem with free shipping. No, I'm just kidding. I don't want to talk about that.
Not a problem for me. I don't mind. So
I don't. I'm joking. Totally.
Wow. He just.
Someone's got to be here for Jeff Davidson.
Right.
No, that probably is a drawback. No, I mean that probably is a drawback, is that a lot of people don't really fully understand, what it costs to actually ship something. So
Sure, especially on bigger items, when say you're selling like, I don't know, a coffee maker for $50 free shipping, but shipping could be $20-$30 and they offer you like 25 and you're making like nothing on the deal.
mm-hmm.
It's so early, I don't even know if those numbers add up to anything, so don't.
I don't even know what you said. So something about a coffee maker.
Yeah.
No, and I don't think it's my job necessarily, or our job as sellers to, educate them. I always hear people say, we need to band together and educate the seller, educate the buyers or whatever. People aren't going to really ever understand unless they ship stuff themselves. So,
which buyers are you going to educate? The ones that have been on eBay for 1 day, 1 year, 10 years? I mean, every day new people go to eBay. You can't educate everybody. So
It's not just that. You also have people that have been doing it a long time that get set in their ways. I've been stuck in things that are like, this is just the way it's been done forever, and I'll keep doing that, and it's really not feasible anymore to do. Got to be willing to change a little bit.
yeah, like when some douchebag sends you a 3-inch tape gun.
I'll take a 2-inch.
You need a 2-inch? I think I have one floating around.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's,
I don't have a gun.
it's the deluxe model. It says Eric on the side.
I'm gonna scratch that shit off with my knife.
Oh, that little toothpick thing?
What?
Here we go. She's going to accidentally lop her head off now.
Does that look like a little toothpick to you?
why don't you sell that thing?
No. Protection.
That protects you?
She holds that while she's watching Walking Dead on Sundays.
Get up, Rick! Get up! That's one of my mini knives.
I want a Cortana like Michonne has.
You want a what?
I want one of them Cortanas like Michonne has.
Katana.
Sword.
Oh, katana.
Katana, yeah.
I have one. I also have kukri knives, like
Kirkus? The Kukris?
Resident Evil.
I have a butterfly.
I
The
would look
kukri
at
knives.
real life, not a video game, but yeah. Do you have the two small blades that go in the
How she
sheet?
goes? Yeah.
Is yours an original real one, or is it a crappy copy?
Oh no, it's good.
You got the
No, it's good.
got the leather sheath with the two small ones, two knives in two? Okay.
Do you have a crossbow that has laser beams?
I used
laser
to.
beams?
I used to.
Who has a crossbow with laser beams?
I guess if you
Chewbacca.
couldn't read a sight.
Chewbacca. Did he have a crossbow with laser beams?
Yeah.
I never thought about that. I never thought about it because Chewbacca, he did have a weapon. I was going to say, because in my mind, he just kind of always stood around and went, Oh, I've got to ship stuff. Farfignugan.
How you doing, Dusty?
Mm-mm.
Hard.
That's a question for an hour from now.
Yeah.
Ask me again later. No, we watched The Walking Dead last night. We watched the episode, the newest episode.
It's pretty good, huh?
And then, well, I watched it. Tristan fell asleep, but I watched Hacksaw Ridge, and that was a damn good movie. Even if it was a Mel Brooks movie,
what?
but
Is it a war movie?
it was a Mel Brooks. Mel Brooks directed it or produced it or whatever.
Gibson.
Mel Gibson. Mel Brooks. Yeah,
I'm
Mel
saying,
Brooks.
like, what the fuck?
I told you I'm not awake yet.
Is he still alive?
I was just so confused.
On it, so
Oh, here comes the Mel
That's
Brooks.
right.
Mel Brooks quotes now. Yeah, it was
I've been confused
really,
for most of the show.
huh?
About most of the show, so that's nothing new.
the show or life. I mean, I'm pretty comfortable with either one, right?
Yeah.
You know the other reason I hate auctions? People freaking take forever to pay.
Tell me how you really feel.
Tell me what you want, what you really, really want.
It's just a little fact.
I totally didn't expect you to break out in the Spice Girl song.
Just for a fact check, Mel Brooks is still alive. He was born in 1926.
I was gonna say I'd be like 110 now. He's 90. Close enough.
Yeah.
Tell you what I'm about to do. I'm about to open a bunch of unpaid item cases on a bunch of mofos. We don't play that. So, yeah, Hacksaw Ridge was really, really good. I thought it was gonna be more of a drama and the whole story kind of thing, and then the last 45 minutes of it are pretty much like graphic, intense war movie. Not really intense, but pretty graphic.
It got an 8.3 rating
On
Amazon, so it must be good.
you don't really trust those rating things anymore. You look on there and it'll be one thing. You look on IMDb, it'll be totally different. And then Rotten Tomatoes will give it 2.
That's true.
It's like, who do you even trust anymore?
Milo Gibson is in that? Is that his son? Yeah, it's his 6th child. Yeah.
Is that the gay dude with the white hair that
No.
does on the political rant stuff?
He was called Lucky Ford in the movie.
No, you're thinking of Milo. You got it, Christopher Yiannopoulos.
Yankeopolis.
That's a mouthful.
That guy's hilarious, though. Tristan watched him. Milo Gibson, 1990. Good Lord, he's 25 years old. How did I not know he had a 25-year-old son?
Apparently, he has 6 children.
Is he?
He just did a movie, Bloodfather, that was really good.
So you got 8.3 rating on IMDb, 86% on Rotten Tomatoes. So we got 2 more movies left that I got codes for to watch on Voodoo.
Don't get me wrong. Some of my favorite movies score like 4 and below. It really depends on what you like.
You're weird though. You're like the B movie.
I'm glad somebody
The
said
B
it. Finally.
I like movies where like there's absolutely no like major actors or even minor actors at all. They're just like people they like throw into a movie and expect them to perform.
Here's $50.
Jason's like, I watch a lot of Hallmark television and Lifetime.
Yeah.
Blackberry Thistle Sea said, has anyone seen Manchester by the Sea? No, that's actually one of the other movies that I was just looking up to see what we had that we hadn't watched yet. That and Birth of a Nation, which I think was about Civil War, or slavery. Maybe? Yeah.
Still, Sally.
Nothing. I don't think so. Did you hear it cheating?
You said $50.
Wasn't me.
I didn't hear cha-ching at all.
Got me all excited for nothing.
I guess I'm hearing things.
Oh.
Maybe it
You
was
heard
your
$50.
cha-ching from your phone in the other room.
$2 make you holla.
Woohoo!
Hey.
TMI.
Yay.
Happy.
I'm looking for the shut sign.
What?
There it is.
In China, they never grow chili. You don't remember that whole song as a kid? Never mind.
Right. Get some sales going today.
I don't have cool graphics on my screen. I just
Nice
have
one,
my Trump eyebrows. That's for you, Sally.
Jesus. Oh, I got something for you. Hold on.
Is it that? What does she do? She's taking her hat off. She took her headphones off. She's digging around under the desk. She came out with an 18-inch butcher knife.
Run.
Oh. Look, I can make a wiggle like Groucho Marx.
Oh, jeez.
Mardi mask.
Oh,
What
Phantom of
the?
the Opera over here.
Mardi Gras.
Oh my, no.
Where's y'all beads?
You like,
I like the bra.
you like that?
Jeff Davidson's in the audience. He was listening. He said poo.
I feel like I could fly with these things.
All right, this isn't a mosh pit. What the hell are you doing there?
I'm trying to fly.
Looks like you're banging your head on the screen.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening. I want to go home now. Feel
Oh my goodness.
Okay. It's time for these then.
God, what else do we got? Money, 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 money.
Is that better?
Oh, bam.
Yo, G.
What up?
Oh, my.
$50 million cent here.
50 pesos.
50? Give me 50.
Pesos.
Oh, snap. Oh, somebody just paid.
Senor Inflation.
I have to find a fish today.
You got a fish?
Yeah.
You in the mood for seafood?
Is my sound okay?
No.
Okay, I'll be right back. I got a story for you.
She's not going to talk about her clam again, is she?
She got a story.
No, she's talking about fish.
She has to go get her story and come back, or what?
That little bag of Arthur Treachers.
Jeff Davison said, okay, watching 15 minutes and no working. Thought this was a working hangout. You just caught us on one of our off moments.
Please,
I was
please,
working.
Jeff, can we have a break, sir? Please, can we have more porridge and a break now, Jeff? Please.
We can't all be the Jeff Davison machine.
Oh my Lord. I'm missing all kinds of stuff.
Person is responsible for their own work. We are not responsible for making you work.
I'm
We're
here for your
responsible for making
entertainment.
you work. Yeah, exactly.
While you work.
I'm looking at my Amazon movies that I own, and I totally forgot about this one. Did anyone ever see The Walking Deceased?
No.
It's a total
Dumb.
it's a total parody of The Walking Dead.
Oh,
totally
yes.
It,
That's
it,
stupid.
it has, put it this way, it has Daryl Dixon running around with a toy crossbow that like shoots like those suction cup things. I mean, it's so bad. It's so bad, but
It is dumb.
it has some funny moments.
I couldn't even get through the whole movie.
No, the end is absolutely horrible.
Nobody got time for that.
Yeah, they cure the virus by spraying a garden hose of water on people or something. It was so bad.
I watched the movie Splice last night. That was pretty awful.
That's actually a fairly obscure movie that is actually really good.
No, it wasn't.
No?
I didn't like it. I thought it was kind of dumb.
It was interesting, and it had a different twist to it a bit.
Yeah, it was definitely a different ending there, but Adrian Brody. I think he peaked after when he hit won his Oscar, and it's kind of gone downhill since then.
Is my sound better now?
Yeah.
So I have a fish story. My husband got smoked fish from his uncle the other day, a crappie. And he put it in the back of the van so the dogs didn't get it. Well, he left it in the back of the van.
Oh, no.
So now it's a crappy.
But it's cold. It's cold enough, so it's still fine, you know.
Okay. Yeah.
But yesterday when I cleaned out the storage shed, I did not know that it was still in the van. So I'm not sure where it is. I don't know if it's still in the van or if it's in the storage shed in one of those boxes.
Oh, you'll find it.
So my husband, I tell my husband this, he goes, well, I'll just tell my uncle it was good. I'm like, you're missing the point here, dear. That fish is somewhere either in the van or in the storage shed. We need to find it. It doesn't matter. I don't give a shit if you eat it. I want to find it.
You'll find it when it gets warm.
Yeah. I have a dozen cats swarming my storage shed.
From a smoke-free, fish-free home.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Your dog probably already ate it.
Was it sealed inside something?
Yeah, it's not gonna like leak out or anything. No, it was in a freezer bag, so one of those seal a meal things, whatever. It's secure, but it gets warm
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah,
Good
that'll be
story.
interesting.
You have to
But it was just
with
funny
the-
how he's like, well, I thinking about not offending his uncle, and it's like that's not the point. You're missing the whole point.
Wes is in the chat. He's doing good
Hey,
on
Wes.
his move. His move went well.
Welcome, welcome.
He listed 36 items last night.
Whoop, whoop. All right.
Well done.
I can hear the things already.
You find some good items, Wes? Because he was talking about only picking
Oh
up
my
stuff that was worth more than $20. That must be a pretty good Goodwill by him.
Because back in high school, he worked on a golf course, and he would tape fish underneath the golf carts and would give the golf carts to the guys who never tipped.
That's
pretty
funny. Yeah, that's what I told my husband. I said, I
Hilarious.
really don't want to, I don't really want to relive grumpy old men, you know.
Yep. Need 100 pine fresheners in there.
Oh my gosh.
It would be horrible. And everybody wonders why I'm always double checking things. Like, did you shut the oven off? Did you do this? Everybody wonders because when I don't double check things,
Mm-hmm. Shit happens.
That for sale, Sally?
What?
No.
is that a Chihuahua?
Life.
Yeah.
I gave you $1. My dog needs a snack.
This is Prancer.
Cute.
He's a good doggy. And that's his mama.
And my cat's bigger than that.
Yeah, he probably weighs like 4 pounds, maybe.
And my cat's 11 pounds. So, yeah.
Wow.
The only Chihuahua I like is my daughter's Chihuahua. Otherwise, I don't really care for Chihuahuas. Because every Chihuahua I've ever met, other than my daughter's, has bit me. And dogs usually love me.
Maybe it's because you
Yeah.
smell like fish.
Yeah, I'm going to tear that van apart today. And if it's not in there, he's tearing apart the storage shed. I'm just glad I remembered it.
Silver Hair Stacker says bite him back.
I used to do that if I had a dog that would bite. I'd bite him back. They never bite me again.
And, Prancer's not a biter. He's really nervous.
He's a lover, not a fighter.
Yeah, that and he's just too nervous.
A chihuahua
Just
that's nervous? No.
I know, right?
he sits here and shakes. And it's not cold in here because if it was cold I'd have a sweater on. But I mean he's just little.
Like these
I had
are
a-
all.
I had to watch my daughter's chihuahua the other day, and she says, "Do you want his car seat?" I said, "Oh, come on, you have a car seat for him?"
Don't have a needle, it's junk.
Oh, really?
The car seat because I
I
said,
can't
Oh, I thought you were
take him in
pissing.
the car. He gets motion sickness.
"Yeah, Vinny doesn't like the car but too much, but we make him go."
7, 8, right?
But there's no needle on it.
No, you put them in there. Those needles you throw away. They're one play and then you throw them away.
Yeah.
Like a little,
This is different.
yeah, that'd be like a diamond. Around that. Make sure you call it. There's no needle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wes says
And no one wants to
Wes says crazy busy on weekends, but much bigger than Vegas. Just gotta dig hard. $50 into about $800 in 2 hours. Picking, had kids, and was not easy, but had to go and see it. Well, that's good.
Oh, good. I'm glad you got some good items.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to find stuff at thrift stores, just at thrift stores. But
Well, and your
older
cost
ones
of-
around you. Huh?
Yeah.
I'll have to start doing this.
The cost of the items, get lighter items, that's 3 to 8 ounces or whatever. That'll actually help your your buy-in price. That way you can get things for 10, 25 cents a piece rather than $2 or $3, $4 for a shirt. So that makes it so you have a bigger profit.
I forgot to order gas. I don't have hot water.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Now I gotta go to town and take a shower. That's a booger.
Okay. Good Lord, it's a long post.
So we only use gas hot water heater, so I always forget about it because it doesn't on time,
Well, this one's made by Electrovoice, and it looks the same, but it's down. I don't know. No.
No, check souls.
I will. But it does have 3 watchers on it.
Yeah, you watch that person's on thoughts.
Could be.
Watch the video.
30 more. But it has a needle. Where would the needle be? Where would the needle be?
Well, the needle. Oh, it's here. This one's got a needle.
What does it look like?
I hate this thing folding in.
Oh, okay.
See how it's like a fork?
Okay.
See the fork at the bottom of it?
Uh-huh.
Okay, that's that base. Then here's your middle. There's your chip, and then if you look up the window, the little pointy thing, that's what actually contacts the groove in the record. That's the needle.
Okay.
What you call this?
Stylus.
Stylus or
What?
cartridge.
What are you listing?
What am I listing?
Yeah.
Record stylus.
An Egg McMuffin.
Egg McMuffin with a needle.
Homemade
turkey ham McMuffin. Egg. What does that make it? It's a Tristan McMuffin.
I know I ate. I was getting hungry before.
I have a lot of taco salad left over, so that's what I had for breakfast.
That sounds good too.
It wasn't that good of a taco salad. It was real upsetting because the place we went to is Hugo, and it's phenomenal for their pizza. Their subs are yummy. Everything's always yummy. Well, the taco salad, it was huge. I post on Facebook, but it was huge. Came on like a platter. I didn't even know it was going to be that much. Well, the thing is that they only put like lettuce, tomatoes, black olives, and then they threw chili on top of it and salsa, and it really wasn't that great.
Oh, yeah, I like my taco salad like an actual taco.
Yeah, there was no meat on it, just in the chili.
I ate cottage cheese for breakfast.
But I paid $10 for it, so of course I got to eat it.
Another feeling.
But I've never had anything bad there, so. But who screws up a taco salad, you know?
Yeah. You have a Mexican restaurant down the road from us, and they have a really good taco salad there.
Yeah, we have a bar close by that is really good with their taco salads.
Yeah.
And I'm really not a big taco salad eater usually, but when I do crave them, I really want a good one, and that really wasn't.
Yeah.
And they have like their subs, like the large one. I mean, it's like on a whole loaf of bread, homemade. But it's so good, and you pay like $12 for it, but it's like 3 meals.
What the hell? What are we talking about? What place?
This place is called Hugo's. It's a local establishment here in Duluth.
Well, I'm going to change the subject, Nikki, but if you get a chance, check this out on Facebook. The only reason is because I would go to these auctions. This auctioneer's telling me how he sells stuff on a different site. And I've tried to get out of him where it was. He's talking to me. He doesn't really tell me. But anyway, so I accidentally find it. So check out on Facebook. It's called Midwest Waffles and Auctions. You got to join it. But I don't think I'd do it. It's this crazy thing where, like, they do a lot of older stuff like signs and stuff. So if you have like a $500 sign, you can buy it now for $500, or that you can purchase, like, let's say $10 a piece, these slots, and then they have a drawing at the end of the night or whatever to see who wins it, which I don't see how they can do that, because I thought you need a license to do gambling and raffles. It's weird. Check it out. You got to join it.
I will.
There's some cool stuff on it, but it's real crazy the way they're doing it.
It's Midwest Waffles and Auctions?
Yeah, and they'll have a picture of a Waffle House.
Huh.
That pops up in my suggested group all the time.
I go to these auctions in Anago, and at Auctioneer, I found that he's on there selling stuff. I thought I was showing it to my husband. It's real weird.
Yeah.
Queen City Picker told y'all to shut up. You're trying to lose a few pounds here.
Well, guys, I got to take off. I got to head to the shop and ship a few things out.
Bear.
Take off, you host head.
Yeah.
Have fun, Banana.
See ya.
All right, I'll see you guys later.
Bye.
We're going to the bar tonight with my dad in Duluth. They have Taco Tuesday, and they always have good tacos. So
We're debating on going to an auction tonight, but we'll probably end up going.
You're supposed to put the wings, not the wing.
Oh my God, I spelled it wrong.
You put the wings.
Well, that sounds better.
it's hard not to go to the auction.
I know.
You know, one's there.
Well, it's not like I do anything on Tuesday night anyway.
That was last Thursday. I checked it out, and I didn't really want anything there, so that's why I didn't go. And I'm thinking, what if there was something I didn't see? You know?
Yeah.
Who the hell is Shiny Panty Thrifter?
I saw it.
I'm sorry.
Sally, you've got a new name. Put your ears in. We can't. Yeah.
What do y'all want?
Did you change your name?
No, it's you.
Has that always been her
What are
name?
you talking about?
No, that's probably her extra name for her eBay listings.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's my other name. Sorry.
Okay, never mind. I'll go back to my hole now. See ya.
Sorry, Dusty. Did I confuse you?
One time I caught one of the resellers. I don't know which one it was, but they put a video on their YouTube on their reselling channel. I was like, "Are you dumb or what?" Amongst the videos of what they've paid for everything, you know.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, why would you do that? Oh, I didn't even think of that. Obviously.
Well, if anybody wants to like that game, that's fine with me. I mean, that channel has all my testing videos on it. And
Your
all
testing?
my
Testing.
testing on
So how come you can't hover over a person's name anymore like you used to be able to? Have you noticed that?
Testicles.
yeah, I can't do that either.
These are a mess.
I test most of my electronics and I put them on that channel though, so that I could just have it separate.
Tennessee whiskey. Oh, it's still live.
Yeah, so be on your best behavior.
Yeah, right. When is that ever a rule?
I'm gonna keep these really loud. We got these at Aldi. These are pretty good. Anybody does Aldi shopping. They're called crunchy rice. Before you say anything, I like rice cakes, but I put like peanut butter on them. That's like my healthy snack. But these little loggy things, I don't know why there's a dongleberry and dingleberry hanging in there, but they're like long log thingies. Crunchy rice rolls, and they have just a little bit of sweetener in there. I don't know what the sweetener is. Sugar. There you go. And they're like just the right for a snack because they have a little bit of sweetness to them to kind of curb that sweet tooth. So today was brought to you by Fuchsia by Aldi. There you go.
Is there a lot of sugar in it though?
No, not bad. Like one roll. All right, here we go. Like one roll is serving size, one roll, 38 calories, only 5 milligrams of sodium. So like hardly, so 8 carbs, which you know what? I am not a carb counter. Sorry, Jim, wherever you are. And 4 grams of sugar. So they're really,
that's not bad.
no, they're really one of those like, hey, watching a movie last night. Really am craving something sweet. You know, we don't keep candy in the house just for that reason. You know, I can either go eat a giant bowl of cereal with a ton of honey on it and a bunch of almond milk, and it's like a meal that sits on my stomach, or I can have one of those and it kind of curbs the, you know, the whatever. So, and a whole lot, but even Tristan, she can't stand rice cakes. Like I'm the only one with them. And she goes, okay, those are good. They got just enough, like little bit of sweetness to them. And they're like $1.29 a bag, I think. And there's like 8 large logs in each bag.
I just don't like the fact that you called it a log.
A large log.
I like rice rolls. They're good.
I gotta go eat a log.
Have you had the Aldi ones?
No, I've never had those. I'll have to try them.
Oh yeah, they got just a hair bit of sugar. They had a whole bunch of like Asian fusion kind of crap sitting up by the register at Aldi's, and we of course were standing there because there were a couple people in front of us, and I was like, "Ooh, fat free, low sodium, gluten free, lactose free." I get the regular ones though, the big rice cakes. I get the brown rice ones because those are pretty good, and I put like peanut butter on them. And we make our own peanut butter. I just told it the other day we got a Vitamix that a friend of ours used to work for Vitamix, and he gave us one because I'm way too cheap to pay $400 for a blender. We've had it for a couple of years, but you can literally take just like straight up peanuts and put it in there and turn it on and keep tamping it down and just make peanut butter. That's it, just peanuts. So
You seen what Jeff Davidson put? Davidson put in the chat.
Taste free. Jeff, don't be a hater.
Yeah, rice cakes don't really have a whole lot of taste to them, but it's just that small amount of carbs. Really, that I used to do rice cakes all the time with peanut butter or whatever. Just, just for that little bit of carbs, it helps, especially if you're trying to do low carb or not a lot of sugar.
And nothing against I know that's the diet that Jim said he's doing. I mean, it's like I said yesterday. Everything works differently for each different type of person's body style and metabolism. And what I've found is that low carb doesn't really. Mine is just more activity, cutting out eating heavy stuff late at night, dead calories from things like alcohol or Cokes, but I don't drink Cokes anymore. I haven't for years, but things like that, and pretty much cutting out after 7 o'clock at night, with the exception of like, hey, need a small snack, have one of those or 2 of those versus a huge bowl of like, I'm eating healthy because it's granola with almond coconut milk and honey, and like it still lays on your stomach,
Yeah.
I like those little packages of pistachios for 99 cents at Aldi's there up by the cash register. Because I keep those, I do too, and I keep those in the car in case, I get really hungry. Instead of stopping into like McDonald's or something, I can just snack on those.
We used to get the big bag, I don't know how many, like 2 pounds or whatever it is, like the $12 bag from Walmart of the black bag. I think it's Wonderful brand or something like that. The problem is, between me and Tristan and Gabe, that bag would last like a day and then it'd be gone. You just can't quit eating them.
Well, that's why I like buying those little 99-cent packages, because when you're done with the whole package, the little package, you're like, okay, now I just ate a whole package. I'm satisfied. You know what? It's a mind thing. Because if I had the big bag of pistachios, yes, I love them so much, I would probably eat almost the whole bag myself,
All right.
I thank God Jason ain't here, but I'm a big nut eater.
Wow.
You go, girl.
I love pistachios. I love cashew almonds.
You go, girl.
As long as you know what you like. Tarts on her pants.
So is anybody going to get anything today? Go to any rummage sales or any sales?
I gotta go to that auction tonight.
There's nothing here.
No.
My only plans are going to have tacos with my dad.
There you go. That's a good plan.
Yeah. He gave me a box of candy yesterday for Valentine's Day.
Aw.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, my dad is. I have like the best dad in the world, the greatest dad ever. Knows everything too. Literally, I can honestly say my dad pretty much knows everything. It was funny last night because my Gary's uncle got into a car accident last night on this new roundabout that they have in Superior.
I hate roundabouts.
Oh, I know. First time I was ever on a roundabout,
Oh,
I was in a trainer. I was with my trainer on the semi,
no.
and I go into the. I start in this roundabout. I'm like, what in the hell is this? You know.
I know, I hate those things. And like if you go down to southern Wisconsin, like Madison, but now they got them like Oshkosh, Green Bay. They're really like shoving them down your throat. I went to Green Bay this fall and I took the dually and I almost got in an accident in one because I almost switched lanes and I didn't see her. She was sitting by my back wheel and I almost hit her.
Oh, my dad said they're really bad over in Green Bay.
Like a little 20-year-old in this little like Civic or something. And man, she was blowing the horn and whipping the finger at me.
Oh.
Shit.
I haven't been to Green Bay in years, but my dad said they're really bad over there.
Yeah, they have them every
Roundabouts.
exit when you get off the highway over there. They're all roundabouts. My brother-in-law lives in Appleton. They got them everywhere there. I hate them.
I used to laugh when I was driving semi, and the first time I went to New Jersey, I was reading the directions, and it kept saying, go to this street, to this place, and then make a U-turn.
Oh, God.
And then go to this far, and then make a U-turn, and then go there and make a U-turn. And how am I making all these damn U-turns? Well, then when I got there, the exits are called U-turns.
Oh. We were in Jackson, Mississippi this summer, and so we're going to drive to Orlando. So we Garmin it, whatever route to get out of there. So I don't know. The Garmin was real screwy. So we drive about 300 feet, make a U-turn. Then we made a U-turn. Because I'm like, just listen to this stupid Garmin. We drive like 400 feet back the other way. Make a U-turn. I mean, my husband was ready to throw that thing right out the window.
Well, the thing is in New Jersey, the exits are called U-turns. So that's why it was saying, do a U-turn, because that's what they're called.
I don't know. Yeah, but it wasn't a highway we were on. We were just on a divider.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, she may be out of something.
Oh, well, I guess us northern people didn't know that.
But I didn't kill anybody. An orb lake.
Anyways, my story was my uncle was in the accident last night on the roundabout, and my dad says, "Well, I think there's a yield sign there on that roundabout." No, I don't think there is a yield sign. And he goes, "Yeah, I think there is." I says, "Wrong, Dad. For once in your life, I think you're right." And I says, "I'm going to check on my way home." I said, "For once in my life, I might be able to actually tell you you're wrong." He goes, "Yeah, you check that." And sure enough, I had to call him and tell him I was right again. I was so excited to be able to actually know something my dad didn't know, but no, it didn't happen.
Yeah, I think, and I don't know for sure because I don't drive on them a lot, but I think my brother-in-law was saying if you're on the inside lane of a roundabout, then you can stay in the roundabout. But if you're in the outside lane, then you have to take the next available exit, I think.
Yeah, that's the way it's supposed to go, yes.
Yeah.
But see, they've made it so screwy that it's just messed up. It's not a very good roundabout.
Yeah. And then it's like everybody in there is driving kind of categories too anyway,
Yeah.
It's extra. It's extra.
Well, when they first put it out there, I mean, there were so many people getting screwed up because it was the first roundabout here. Nobody knew them, So you had everybody stopping, and it was stupid. Now they're starting a bit, but
yeah, I think the last time I was at Superior, they still didn't have it.
So the Bong Bridge.
Oh, really?
So yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't there. I haven't been up there for probably about maybe 6 or 7 years now.
Yeah, they just put this in last year.
Oh, okay. Well, my husband
redid
was
the
up there
bridge.
about 4 years ago because he bought a van north of Duluth somewhere, but I didn't go with him because he just drove his motorcycle up there and then he loaded the motorcycle in the van and then drove the van home.
Yeah, I'm just going to work on some listings today. Up to the post office.
No, I'm not really too ambitious. I'm going to maybe start doing these styluses for these record players, but I don't know. I don't know how hard I'll hit it today on listing.
Oh, when we were digging through the storage shed yesterday, I found some stuff that I was like, oh my God, this is good quality stuff. Why in the hell don't I have it listed? So I thought I should list some of that stuff.
Yeah.
But we'll see how. I got to go take a shower and everything yet. Wasn't feeling very good this morning. I've already been to town and back home, but.
Yeah.
The wind sounds really strong outside. It's whistling
It's not windy,
really bad.
but it's nice and warm here. I think I heard it's going to be in the 50s over the weekend.
Wow, I think we're going to be up to 45 the weekend.
Yeah, the snow was getting pretty soft here yesterday.
Our snow is pretty much gone almost.
We still probably got maybe 7 inches on the ground.
March is usually a big snow month for us, though, so.
Yeah. Oh, we could get some pretty good storms here in March, too. They were really snowmobiling last weekend. They must have figured out the warm weather's coming because, man, it was really busy over the weekend.
Out here in the country, we still have probably a couple inches of snow out, but in town, there's like no snow hardly at all. It's like the snow banks. Yeah, I just opened the door. Holy smokes, is it windy out?
We don't have it here.
Oh.
It was real windy here on Sunday, though.
Yeah.
We were working outside, and it was really windy that day.
Well, we didn't get a whole lot done at the storage shed yesterday because it was so windy, and
Oh, really?
it was supposed to be 41 yesterday, but the wind was kind of chilly.
Oh, yeah, because you had your nephew helping you organize it, didn't you?
Yeah. So we mainly got it so it's functional, at least for me.
Yeah.
So, would you quit drinking out of the toilet? Come here, lug. Sorry.
That's all right.
Gross. That is such a gross habit dogs have.
I know.
But he's got a bowl full of water. That's what I don't understand. I understand if there's no water in his bowl.
I don't know.
Oh, Lordy. Oh, Lordy. And that fish is going to be awesome come spring.
Yeah. Well, at least
Yeah.
it's smoked. It will keep longer.
Yeah, it'll be good and cooked.
That is so gross. Oh, it will be found today. Don't worry.
I think your dog probably ate it.
No, I was in the way back behind, and he couldn't get through all the stuff in the back seat.
Oh.
So, yeah, he wouldn't have been able to get. That's why he put it back there.
I never heard of anybody smoking crappies before. that what you said you have, a crappie smoked?
We do
Yeah.
fries here, but
Yeah, it was a crappie.
I never heard anybody smoking a crappie.
Yeah, I guess he does. I don't know. I've never smoked a crappie, but
I know, I've never heard.
But then again, I couldn't get it rolled up in papers.
Yeah, there you go.
it's
a hell of a smoke.
Some of them 1.5.
pretty big.
I knew you were going to do that.
Pretty big crappies, so I guess they were worth smoking.
Crappie blunt.
Yeah. I'm trying to get my husband to go to Australia. I'm trying to get my husband to go to Alaska this year.
You're trying to send him away to Australia?
No, I'm trying to go to here I go again. I'm trying to go to Alaska.
I've always wanted to go to Alaska.
I want to go fishing up there.
My husband doesn't want to go to Alaska because he doesn't like the winter anymore.
Yeah. Well, that's why I thought we'll go during the summer, you know.
Yeah. I know
because we know a guy up.
I know somebody up there. Yeah, and they got really cool. Their salmon fishing and stuff. I mean, it's really something.
Yeah. We know a guy who has a charter boat, and so he would take us out.
Yeah.
Which would be nice. And a lifelong family there, so, you know.
Yeah, they got all those halybuts up there. They're really something to catch, I guess, if you hook into a big one.
Yeah, I think that would be fun.
Yeah.
And up there, you know, like pink salmon, that's like dog food to them. They're really big into like red salmon.
Yeah.
Does everybody here say salmon?
Salmon, yeah. Why was it supposed to be?
There's, I think it's an Alabama redneck thing. There's a few, like a lot of people that say salmon, and that drives me insane.
That's a California thing.
Is it a California thing too?
I think so.
Do they not teach silent letters in California or like parts of Alabama? I don't get
I guess
it.
not, because they call it Oregon, not Oregon.
Oregon? I'm going to Oregon. Okay.
It's like Missouri or Missouri. Where do you have to live to call it Missouri? In the South?
Yeah.
You know, my grandmother used to call it, I'm trying to think. She used to refer to it. She and my great aunt were both originally from Illinois, but, you know, lived most of their years in Missouri. And I'm from Missouri. And I mean, I called it Missouri when I lived there. I don't hear anybody in the South call it Missouri. But my grandmother and my aunt used to call it Missouri.
Yeah.
Now that I stop and think about it. And I don't know what that was. You know, I never thought to ask, but of course they're dead now, so I can't ask them. But I don't know.
That's what my dad calls it Missouri.
There was little things like my dad. This drives me nuts. My father calls it a washing machine. I'm like, Dad, there's no R. And my little brother will correct him. Dad, there's no R in washing. It's not washing. It's washing.
What?
Yeah, we had my brother had this renter that she was from Washington, and she goes, "You guys don't say Washington right, it's Washington." And I was like, I've never heard anybody say Washington before in my life. But you know, it's funny. One time when I was driving truck over in Ohio, and I was in Columbus, and I had this road called, it was spelled like Felipe Avenue. And I was like, so I couldn't find it. And I stopped and asked this bunch of people, and I'm like, has anybody seen, can anybody tell me where to find Felipe Avenue? And everybody's like, oh, I don't know what that is, you know. All of a sudden, this woman comes out of the crowd, and she's she's slow, you know, you can tell. And she goes, do you mean Philippi? And I was like, yeah, sure, you know. And here she gave me exact directions to this Philippi Avenue. So off I went, and made it to the terminal where I was supposed to be, and I was telling the mechanic, because they come out when you're fueling up, they come out just like the races do, in the pits, they come out, check your tires, do all this and that. Anyways, I was telling him the story, and he goes, oh yeah, Philippi Avenue, blah blah. It is called Philippi, and I was like, oh my God, you're all like that, but it was spelt Felipe, but they all call it Philippi.
Look, eBay bubble mailers, free party favors.
Yeah.
That's a little strip.
Such a dork. You could save them up and cut them and make icicles for the Christmas tree.
Can you imagine?
Frugal.
Hand slicing all your Christmas tree icicles.
Frugal tip of the day.
I made those by hand.
I don't think I would ever be that poor.
We have a new visitor in the audience. Welcome, Miss Flano. Can I call in?
Welcome.
Am I able to call? I have a motivating story about overcoming my depression.
Oh boy.
A motivating story about what?
Overcoming my depression.
Whoa, what just happened? All of a sudden it aired out and I got
there's
booted.
2 of them.
I don't know. I just came back in.
Yeah, you're frozen in one.
Why
I
are
don't
there
know.
2 Dusties?
Just one is not enough.
I don't know how to do a call in.
I think they're good.
What's that?
I said, why are there 2 Dusties? And he says, because one's not good enough. And I said, good answer, good answer.
Somebody needs Sally's phone number.
Sally, what do you think about this Miss Flano?
I think you're on the
She
wrong
wants
channel.
They want to call in.
Give me your phone number. Come on, let's do it. Go ahead, caller. You're on the air.
Welcome to the channel, by the way.
Welcome to the channel. You have nothing to do with reselling. We'll probably never find your way back here. But welcome.
I don't think we have a call-in ability, do we? I don't know how to do it.
No. What I do is
Lose a book.
give the link, but I don't.
I'm sitting here talking with mute on. Again. Yeah. We just, maybe talk to people in the chat.
I mean,
We don't do call-ins or really.
yeah, we don't know you. So if you want to tell your story, just typing it, that's fine. You can do that. But and we're not really. I mean, we're here to motivate and everything, but we don't really know you, so we don't know you.
Motivate.
It would be an interesting story, though, because we do know some people that have had depression in the past, and that
Very
you
true.
overcame it. So I'd be interested in hearing it, but like she said, I don't know how we would do it. What is her name? I'm not in the chat, so.
Miss Flano, MYSTFLANO.
Miss Flano. Are you a reseller and suffered some depression?
No.
I feel like I'm in a suicide.
I think it's somebody that just drove by because a lot of people click the "Let's see what's live now" on YouTube button. And
Oh,
that's why you end up with a lot of people. Somebody just happened by and saw the title. That's my guess, and it says Picker Daily Show, and they're like, "Oh, don't have a clue what reselling is or whatever." I mean, maybe it is reseller. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I've never seen the name before.
well, I was just trying to be supportive.
No, but they're not responding with anything, so they probably drove by, posted their thing, and now they're gone. It's a drive-by fruiting. This is Doubtfire.
I've never been a depressive person. I don't really get depression myself, which I'm lucky. But I know some people who do really get depressed, and it's sometimes a bad thing.
How do you lose a book that big?
Misplace something?
No, I sold a book and I don't have a freaking clue where it is. And it's not on the bookshelf where it would make sense that it would be, because that would make too much. Or maybe it is and I just can't find it. I rearranged. Wait. That's what it is. I turned some stuff sideways. Found it.
Oh, good. See, that's the problem. We try to rearrange and organize, and then we can't find anything.
Yeah,
so we should just be unorganized.
Was like, oh, you should rearrange your office and put more shelving, and I can't find jack now. I listen to Eric.
All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and close the show down. Been on for hours. So everybody have a great Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's.
Kiss your sweetheart or your dog.
Yep. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye, Felicia.
Bye.